in your pocket?
Hey,
Nothing.
hey, put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Put your hands up. What is it?
Put your hands up.
What is it?
Hey, listen. Hey, you just got a 417, bro. Put your hands up.
Newly released body camera video shows the moments leading up to a deadly officer-involved shooting in California after a man pulled a weapon on sheriff's deputies.
Hey, don't reach for it.
Hey, myself.
Come on, stop this.
Don't reach for it.
Hey, get on the ground. Hey, let me get my.
Hey, don't reach for it. Get on the ground. Get on the ground then.
On August 7th, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies in the Carson station received a 911 call reporting a disturbance at a Chevron gas station.
Carson Sheriff Station, Jackson speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, I need help here at the store.
What store are you at?
The Chevron gas station.
What's the address?
Center Avenue, Carson.
The store clerk told dispatch a man at the gas station, later identified as 34-year-old Arturo Cernes, was screaming at gas pumps and refused to leave.
And what's happening there?
It's one Latino guy. They acting like a crazy, screaming outside. So I want him to leave, but he used screaming and walking around the store.
Video shows first responders arrived to the scene to confront Cernes.
Hey, you need to go, Dan. What are you doing here? Huh?
Almost immediately, officials notice Cernes has what appears to be the butt of a handgun sticking out of his pocket.
What's in your pocket?
Hey,
Nothing.
hey, put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Put your hands up. What is it?
Put your hands up.
What is it?
Hey, listen. Hey, you just got a 417, bro. Put your hands up.
Hey,
Deputies then call for Cernes to get to the ground.
don't reach for it.
Hey, get on the ground. Hey, let me get my.
Hey, don't reach for it. Get on the ground. Get on the ground then. Get on the ground. Hey, get on the ground. Hey, listen. Get on the ground.
After that, video shows a first responder take cover behind a squad car, still calling for Cernes to get down.
Yeah. What's the address here? You open the door?
You're on the path.
Carson 164, going to be detaining a 417 suspect sent from the 91. Going to be facing southbound. We're going to be at the Chevron. Going to be getting coach at the nursery.
Hey, get on your knees.
Get on your knees.
Get on your knees.
Security camera video shows Cernes kneeling on the ground. While officials instructed him not to reach for anything, video shows Cernes reach into both his pockets and backpack. By this time, officers had taken cover, so the view from their body cameras was obstructed. They can be heard, though, calling for Cernes to leave his belongings alone.
Hey, put your hands on your hood. On the. Hey, sir, in the car. Hey, you want to back up? Yeah. Hey, stop reaching in your pocket. No, keep your hands on your head. No, keep your hands on your head. Leave your phone alone. Stop reaching.
After this, Cernes reaches for the weapon in his back pocket. That's when multiple officials open fire. One with a less lethal 40mm weapon and the other, seconds later, with a department-issued gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him with the 40 if he goes in his pocket. It's his left pocket, right? Yeah, left pocket. Leave your hands on your head. Leave your hands on your head.
After that, sheriff's deputies again call for Cernes to put his hands on his head.
Leave your hands on your head.
Status of the deputies.
Listen.
Hold the air.
And then deputies are going to be accounted for. So DP is going to be down.
Hey, let's get fire sage.
Fire to
A copy deputies are accounted for. We're getting fire to stage. Sam, your ETA.
After the shooting, first responders gave Cerness medical assistance, but he was pronounced dead before he could be taken to the hospital. Officials also recovered a BB pistol that resembled a gun on the scene.
Hey, back up. Get on the ground.
A California man calls for police to shoot him after allegedly stabbing multiple people with a screwdriver. This comes just minutes before an officer-involved shooting.
Drop it! Drop the knife now! Come here! Don't do it!
Just before noon on May 30th, Long Beach, California dispatch received a 911 call reporting a man was attacking people at a park.
Long Beach 911, do you need police?
There's a guy with a knife trying to stab people at Livingston Park with kids in Long Beach. The park in Livingston, get a police officer here. He stabbed 2 people. Oh my God, he just stabbed a guy right now.
The caller tells dispatch the suspect, later identified as 31-year-old Mario Nahara, is armed with a knife. Investigators later determined he used a screwdriver in the stabbings.
Oh my God.
It's occurring now?
I'm breastfeeding in my car. He's beaten one of the fathers of a kid right now. Get police here now. Livingston Park, Long Beach.
Livingston Park.
He's stabbing him.
Okay,
he
is that near?
Mexican with a beard. He's wearing a black jacket, jeans. He's probably 5'9". I can't get in there right now because I have a baby and I'm breastfeeding. There's people running. Get police officers, multiple here now. He has a weapon. He stabbed 3 people now, and there's kids in the park, and I just left. Get police here now! Now!
All right,
now.
I'm working on it. Did you want to leave your name?
Help! Help! Somebody help! 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 Help him! Help him!
In all, officials say Nahara attacked 5 people with a screwdriver, including a grandfather inside the park and another man at a nearby restaurant. When the first Long Beach police officer arrives on the scene, Nahara yells, quote, "Shoot me."
Hey, watch crossfire. Hey, don't come towards me. Hey, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey, back up. Get on the ground. Unit 2-11 says he wants to be shot. Can you have Wells Fargo close their front door? Hey, sir, move. Move. Hey, get on the ground. Next unit, can you get a 40? Hey, back up. Hey. Hey, 2-11, can I get the air? 2-11, male Hispanic. Hey!
Body camera video shows Nahara ignore the officer's commands and approach another person. That's when the officer yells out, calling for Nahara to back away.
Come on. Hey! Step away from him. Get on the ground. Hey, next unit, come off of Livingston. Hey, get on the ground, my man. No one wants to hurt you. Okay, you need to get on the ground. 2-11, he has that knife in his right hand, looks like, headed towards Livingston. Hey, get on the ground.
At this point, additional officers arrive on the scene.
On the ground. Hey, move. Let me know when you're ready. 2-11, come off at 2nd in Livingston. He's just walking right now. Looks like he's gonna start heading northbound. Hey, we got a victim, right?
Officers follow as Nahara walks into a driveway and attempts to open a gate.
Let's go. Per Unit 2-13, confirmed we do have a victim. Hey. Hey, watch when you're ready for that 40. Let me know when you're ready.
Get it up now.
Hey, come on, come on. Huh?
40 now.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
40's up. Do it. Drop it. Drop the knife now. Drop it.
All right, go.
Drop the knife.
First responders can be heard calling for Nahara to drop the weapon. When he refuses, an officer opens fire.
Drop it. Drop the knife now. 40. Come here. Don't do it.
Body camera video shows the same moments from another officer's perspective.
Hey! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now!
Watch when you're ready for that 40. Let me know when you're ready.
Get it up now!
Okay, come on.
40 now! 40 now! 40 now!
Let me know when you're ready.
Do it! Drop it! Drop the knife now! Drop it! Drop the knife! Drop it! Drop the knife now!
Come here.
Don't do it!
After the shooting, officers approach Nahara and begin first aid. Officials say Nahara was shot in the upper body. He was taken to the hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The other victims only received minor injuries.
Just to the west. Watch to the west.
911, state your emergency.
Yes, this has to do with an emergency restraining order on my son. He happens to be at the residence. I have the police report number, or what can I give you?
What's the address?
It's West Portland, C-O-R-T.
Single one priority violation of a restraining order at Cortland. RP just pulled up and her estranged son is passed out by her back door. The HMA, 27 years old, of 6'1", wearing dark pants and a dark black shirt. Possibly high. RP states there's a piece of foil that appears burnt, unknown what type of drug, and no weapon seen.
I need to give you an update.
Okay.
He just came out of the side of the house and he brandished a gun. He had on his waistband. He brandished a gun. He said, if they come for me, I'm ready for them. It's a fake one? Okay, my mother's saying it's a fake. My mother, I think it's a fake one. He has, to my knowledge, he has no bullets. I saw a fake one on the skirt.
Okay, what did it look like?
It's just like a toy fake gun. Okay, well, I'm on the phone right now, and I've been outside in the house. I've been outside, and I've been monitoring him to make sure he hasn't left the house. He thought it was funny, and he came out with the gun underneath his belt. He said, if they come for me, I'm ready. That's what he said to me.
Okay. But you think now it was a toy?
I don't know, officer. I don't trust my son.
Okay, so what did it look like?
It looked big black revolver, a big black revolver.
Is that white? Oh, white electric car. There's a puppy under the car. Okay, he's in there. He's in there. I got moving. All right. Hey, back seat. He's back. He's coming out. He sees us.
Fresno Police Department, show me your hands!
Mom, back out.
Show me your hands! Fresno Police Department, show me your hands! We have a police canine here. If you take off running, we're going to send the dog. You may be bitten by the dog. Come out now. It's the Fresno Police Department. You're surrounded, dude. Come out now.
Hey, do we want to go use the garage?
Yeah, you want to go?
Yeah, go.
Sarge, we're going to cross. We're going to cross. Go.
He's closing the door.
Go, gun!
Watch out.
Gun! Show me your hands, dude! Let's do it! Show me your hands!
Here, Sarge, you go up.
Take cover. I'll be back.
Back out.
Back up.
Bring some cars up.
All right, go. Back up, guys. Let's go. Show me your hands, dude.
Back out.
Hey, we need to put a body here though to protect Grandma. We need to put bodies here to protect Mom. Ah.
Mom. Chris, go ahead and take that breeze. Mom. Chris, go ahead and take that breezeway lethal.
To Baker, 10, be advised he brandished a weapon, chrome in color.
He's coming out. Yes, stay with two.
Okay.
I just knew we had to protect the house.
Oh, yeah. No.
Off.
To Bakerton to Hutchins, watch to us to the west. Watch to the west. Gun! Gun! Show me your hands! Gun! 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 Don't move! Gun! Gun right hand! He's right there down. He's down right here. He's down right here. Stand down. Don't move! I can't see on the right side, you guys. Right side, Sarge. Hold on. I can't see the gun. He had it in his right hand.
This is Crystal.
Hello?
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, can you guys send an officer over to my house, La Monta?
What's your address?
It's Chapel Road.
Is that a house or apartment?
It's a house.
And it's Chapel Road in Watsonville?
Yeah.
Okay,
Watsonville.
what's going on there?
My brother just assaulted me right now. I just got here from work and I noticed that my bike was missing and he took it. He was the last person that took it, so he sold it to somebody. And I confronted him about it and I was telling him, where's my bike? I want you to go get it. And he just, he pretty much laid hands on me. So
What did he do to lay hands on you?
he punched me in the head.
Okay. Do you need any medical attention?
No, I'll be alright.
Okay, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still here. And I'm pretty sure he has a warrant too.
Okay. What's his name?
His name's Antonio
And his last name?
Cepeda.
Zepeda?
Yeah, Cepeda.
With a Z? Okay.
Yeah.
1 second. Do you know his date of birth?
It's
Okay. Is he drinking or on drugs?
Yeah, he's drinking.
No drugs?
I'm pretty sure he's on drugs too.
Okay. Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
Hispanic.
And what's he wearing today?
He's wearing a green checker shirt and some blue jeans. A white
You know you're
shirt
calling?
and white shoes. I'm sorry?
Does he know you're calling?
No, he's outside right now. He'd probably leave if,
What is he doing out there?
he's just drinking a beer.
Okay. It's like his front yard or backyard?
Again, in the front.
And what is your name?
My name's
Same last?
Yeah.
Okay. And your phone number is the...
Yeah.
Is it just the two of you that are there?
No, it's my mom. My mom was here. She was trying to get in the middle, and he pushed her too. So
Okay, where's she at now?
we're right here inside the house.
Okay, what's her name? Same last?
Yeah.
Okay. So you and her are inside and then your brother's outside?
Yeah. We locked the door already.
Okay. Do you have access to a vehicle where he would leave in?
No, he doesn't have access to the vehicle. ¿No tiene llaves de la esposa? No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He has a bike, so
A bicycle?
yeah.
Okay. You never found yours? It's missing?
No.
Okay.
No, he took it, and I'm pretty sure he sold it
Okay.
for,
All right, we're going to get an
for drugs or
officer
whatever.
over there. Just stay separated from him until they get there and call us back if anything changes, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
911, this is Cooper. What are you reporting?
Hello?
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, we had called earlier because for my brother, and when you guys came, you guys didn't catch him because he had left, but he's back.
Okay, what's the address?
Chapel Road.
1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. So what was the address one more time?
Chapel Road.
And he's back?
Yeah.
And okay, gotcha. Did he hit anybody this time around, or is he what is he doing now?
No, but he's trying to get in the house, and no one doesn't want him here.
Any weapons on this guy?
It looks like he has a knife in his hand.
He looks like he has a knife in his hands?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And is he, what's the brother's name?
Antonio.
Antonio, last name?
Zepeda. Z-E-P-E-D-A.
Zepeda, and then the date of birth. Where is he right now?
He's right in front of the house.
Okay, is he intoxicated, maybe on drugs?
Yeah, he is. It looks like he's about to leave right now. He's putting air in his bike. Yeah, he's getting ready to leave.
Okay, gotcha. And you guys have all the doors locked, right?
Yeah.
Tell me which way he goes and he starts riding off, okay? I don't want you to obviously.
Okay. Yeah, he's getting like.
Hey, I'm sorry about that, man. Which way is he going? My headset died.
He's leaving already. He's going towards 7-Eleven.
Left.
Towards
right.
what is it? What is that
airport?
road called? Not airport. It's
Ross
other one.
Avenue or
next,
Sunny Hills?
No, Sunny Hills.
Gotcha.
Home Road. There you go.
Home Road. Okay, perfect. Just stay in the house and I'll have him come contact you guys there. What's your name?
He's already. My name is already hitting the corner, so I don't know if you want me to keep.
Yep. Yeah, for now.
Like my
just
distance, but
just go ahead and wait at the address. I'll have my guys swing back around to talk to you guys, okay? And did he threaten anybody
All
with a
right.
knife, or did he just have it in his hand?
no, he was just trying to get in the house.
Gotcha. Okay. The officers have been on the way since you called, man. Bye.
Antonio! Antonio! Come over here! Come here! Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up!
Stop
right there! Stop right there! Stop!
What do you want? You want
Get on
me
the
Turn
ground.
You want me to stop?
Turn around! Turn around!
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground!
On the ground. On your stomach. On your stomach.
On your stomach!
Put the cuffs on, fool.
Get on.
Get on your stomach! Get on your
You're
stomach!
getting a good taste. Get on. You're getting a good taste. You're getting a good taste, Antonio. Get on the ground. Get on the
Get on the
ground.
ground!
Get on the ground right now. You're gonna get taste.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Why are you making it harder than it has to be, dude? Get on the ground! Flat down on your stomach! Flat down on your stomach! Get on your stomach! Dude, get on your stomach!
Put the cuffs on, dude.
Dude, get on your stomach!
Put the cuffs on, dude.
On the ground. Hey, on the ground. Hold it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. Hey, on the ground. Hold it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. Taste it. On the ground. Get on the ground. We're fine. We're fine. Taste it. On your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. On your stomach. On your stomach.
Get on your stomach! Don't fuck.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. I will tase you again.
Another cup? Flip it.
There was no need for that, man. I know, straight punch them in the face.
Stay on the ground.
Get it.
Stay right there. Do you have any solution?
There you go.
You want to stand up, man? Get on your...
We put it out. I don't know if it went out.
It went out, sir.
Okay.
You want to stand?
Pick me up, fool. That's his buddy. Just keep an eye on them. Oh, great.
Yeah. Slippery feet. Slippery feet. Slippery. Hey, relax.
5-1, he's trying to foot bail. Get your hands up! He's armed with a gun. He's armed with a gun. He has a gun. He's running down towards the street. Gun's in his left hand. Black sweatshirt.
Maneuver, copy.
Down here on the shoulder, he's pinned in.
Subject pinned in on the shoulder.
We don't see him.
Eating cam, he's there, hold there.
Trying to put down. He's armed with a gun. He's armed with a gun.
Where is he? Show me your hands! Show me your hands! You're gonna get shot! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot! Yeah, do it! You're gonna get shot! Drop the gun or you won't get hurt! Go! Go! You're good. You're gonna get shot! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it! Don't! You're gonna get shot if you go in that car! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot! Drop it! Sam 11, shots fired. Shots fired.
The man was taken into custody and received medical treatment at the scene. He was transported to a nearby hospital by ambulance. The man was later pronounced deceased at the hospital. His identity is known but is being withheld at this time. Thankfully, the woman inside the car was not injured during this incident. A loaded handgun was recovered at the scene.
Got a gun!
Dramatic body camera footage shows the moments before California officers shoot and kill an armed man after a foot chase.
Don't pick it up! Don't pick it up! He's moving. Watch it, watch it. Stay on the ground. He's getting up.
Don't do it!
The shooting happened on December 20th of last year in Bakersfield, California, about 2 hours north of Los Angeles. The Bakersfield Police Department released the body camera video just this month.
He's got a gun!
The incident happened just before 10 o'clock in the morning when an adult man was seen near the railroad tracks with a weapon. Officers were in the area for an unrelated call and responded to the scene. Body camera video highlights the suspect allegedly showing a gun in his hand. Officers fired shots, but he ran off.
Suspects down, make an entry team.
from the west.
Subject down, make it from the west.
Have medical aid stage at Daniels and Union.
Medical aid stage, Daniels and Union.
Body camera video shows the suspect running off as multiple officers follow.
Watch the crossfire.
45 is running westbound, across the track. He'll be running westbound across the track.
Get on the ground! You better get on the ground now!
Confirm medical aid is third injured.
Keep cover, Chad. Bakersfield police, stop running!
Over 25, officers are in active foot pursuit, subject still appears to be armed.
At the time, there's conflicting reports about whether the suspect has a knife or a gun.
A firearm.
Daniels. Third subject on Daniels. Jesus, watch crossfire.
Chad?
Come here! Hey! Get on the ground now! Hey, tell me, let me know it's not working. Say,
He's walking towards us now.
Officials later determined the suspect had a gun during the initial shooting, but carried a knife as he led officers on a chase.
Walking westbound. Watch that fire. Officers are to the east as well. Subject watching walking westbound. Officers on the east.
Multiple units respond to the second area where the suspect ran off to.
He's right there. All right, I got him.
Jesus, watch crossfire.
Body camera video shows officers calling for the suspect to drop the weapon. When he refuses, they again open fire.
Unit 1, we got him. He's walking towards us now.
drop the gun now! Drop the gun!
Drop it!
Drop the gun! I gotta stop.
Hold on! Bad drop! Bad drop!
I gotta stop. Tell me what's crossfire.
Hey, drop it!
Drop it!
Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
Officers continue to yell for the man to stop before firing even more shots.
Hey, I'm taking the shot! Taking the shot!
After that, they work to make sure the area is clear.
Watch his hands. Watch his hands. Hey, somebody grab a...
Following the shooting, officers provided medical aid to the suspect, but he died on the scene. In all, 8 officers fired their weapons during the incident.
Drop the gun! I got a shot. I got a shot. Tell me what's your crossfire.
Later investigations found an unfired bullet in the suspect's handgun that had a possible firing pin strike on the primer. That means the trigger was pulled, but there was some sort of malfunction, so the bullet never actually fired. The Bakersfield Police Department says the shooting is still under investigation. Right now, the suspect's identity has not been released.
They call the cops when you're dead. Active military. 1st Battalion,
A California man captured on multiple surveillance video goes on a 16-hour crime spree that ends with a police shootout. It happened on September 22nd in Stanislaus County, California. Authorities say shortly before midnight, 43-year-old Jason Dingler, who you see here, appears on this home's surveillance video barefoot and shirtless, attempting to break into the home. Dingler then is seen repeatedly ringing the doorbell before giving up and running toward the door, breaking it down, allowing him access into the home. Authorities say the homeowners were out of town. However, once inside, Dingler stole a firearm, several rounds of ammunition, and a change of clothes. Next, officials say Dingler went to another house just blocks away and held a man hostage.
Get over here. Trenches wall. They want the keys to that picture. Right there. They're out back. I guess we'll get them.
The home surveillance video captures Dingler holding the man at gunpoint, following him back inside the house as he demands the keys to his pickup truck.
Get over here. Trenches wall. They want the keys to that picture. Right there. They're out back. I guess we'll get them. Can I get those keys? Right now. Go ahead. You're good, civilian. Call the cops. I call the cops and you're dead. Active military. 1st Battalion, 2nd Corporal, United States.
Authorities later revealed Dingler had no prior military service. Moments later, Dingler and the man he's holding at gunpoint are seen leaving the home, eventually stealing the truck and fleeing. Authorities say Dingler drives the stolen pickup truck to a local convenience store. Outside surveillance video shows Dingler exiting the pickup with the stolen firearm visibly in a holster on his hip. Once inside, more security video shows Dingler approaching the store's beer aisle, with the gun still visible in the holster, and stealing 2 cases of beer. Authorities say as he was leaving the convenience store, Dingler places his hand on the gun holster when a teenager approaches, then walks out of the store, which prompts an employee to trigger the alarm. Authorities say minutes later they were notified of a stolen pickup. Aerial footage shows Dingler getting on a local highway, prompting Dingler to lead police on a high-speed chase.
Major, I see the Newman guy. He's coming to the stop sign now. Oh, looks like he just TC'd and off to the west orchard here.
After crashing, Dingler takes the chase on foot and fires multiple rounds at officers.
Shots fired!
Shots fired! Hey, he's shooting. I got you.
As Dingler attempts to escape in an orchard, footage from above shows Dingler pointing the firearm at deputies in the air.
He is pointing whatever's in his hands at us. I don't know if he's trying to shoot at us or not.
Officers can be heard trying to get Dingler to surrender. However, he continues firing off rounds, hitting a patrol vehicle.
Where's he at? He's directly right here. So on the opposite side, our tire shot in the car. Our tire shot off.
Moments later, Dingler begins to approach authorities as they take caution because he still has a gun in hand.
He's walking directly towards us. One guy. One by. He's walking towards us. He's in the plane. He's coming down. Right there. Stop. Stop.
That's when a deputy can be heard firing his weapon, shooting and hitting Dingler. Helicopter surveillance captured the aftermath, showing Dingler on the ground.
Okay, he's laying down. Gun is to his right side.
Officers later render aid to Dingler, who was taken into custody and rushed to a hospital. He faces nearly a dozen charges, including burglary, kidnapping, carjacking, assault, robbery, and attempted murder. Authorities recovered the handgun Dingler used to shoot at them, which they believe is the same handgun that was stolen from the home he allegedly robbed. Officials say no deputies or anyone from the public were hit by gunfire, and the sheriff's office is reviewing the case, as well as the district attorney's office.
Sit down. Put it down.
Call him right now. I'm calling right now. Yeah, I need you to have been trot away. There's a drunk man at my door threatening my life. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, pull that shit off my door again. Pull my shit again. I'm getting my gun. This is ridiculous. If he comes in my door, do I get a chance to shoot him?
Sir, I'm not going to I'm going to do a call for I need you to answer my question. Your address is
in Trotta Way in Modesto with a cross of Orangeburg.
Yeah.
Do you know this male?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, picked him up yesterday.
Huh.
Up in my house.
Okay, how do you know him?
He's my son-in-law. He's drunk.
What's his first name?
Paul Travis.
Can you spell his first name for me?
Paul. Paul.
How do you spell his last name?
Chave. Or E-V. Chavez.
Chavez?
Yep.
What's his date of birth?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
How old is he?
30.
He's 30. Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian? Hello?
White.
What color shirt is he wearing?
No shirt.
What color pants?
Blue jeans.
Does he have any weapons?
No.
But you said he's been drinking?
Yeah. And he's ripping my screen door off out of his suit.
Okay, so he's ripping the screen door off?
Screen door off, yes. He's doing property to my house. Or property damage to my house, yes.
Okay. And is he just damaging the windows, or is he damaging?
Yeah. He's ripping the screen door off. And my wife went to go get pizza and she's on her way back, so I'm going to have to go out there and deal with him. So you better hurry up. Because if he touches my wife, I'm going to shoot him.
What's your first name? What's your last name? Can you spell that for me?
Take a minute.
And what's your date of birth? Okay, and are your doors locked?
Yes. But my wife's coming up. Pizza.
Okay, can you tell your wife not to drive in the driveway just so you avoid confrontation until law enforcement gets there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to enter a call for service, okay? Hello, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get a call entered for service, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I called 911 from Trotta Way about a drunk guy. He has a hitch now, and he moved over to my neighbor's house, and he's in their yard, so he has a weapon.
He has a what?
A hitch from the truck with the ball on it.
He's still in the front yard?
For towing. He's in the neighbor's front yard now. He's looking for a fight.
Do you know the address of your neighbor?
Towards Orangeburg. It's the second house in from Orangeburg.
Okay.
On the right. Second house on the right.
All right, they should be there soon. They were down the street, okay?
Yep.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Very exciting woman up there. Copy your 97, or you said that the cancels are under the truck hitch now in the neighbor's yard. Do you have a visual? Take a I got the advice on 1033.
Yeah, we'll take it for now.
It'll be 1033 on 10 Pasadena's one in Trotta Way.
Negative.
Vanessa, we're UTL on the street. I'm gonna go up to RB's house.
I got you.
He's sitting in a car?
I went to the porch, tell him to come home. Yeah, no, he's laying in the grass next to the gray car. Tell him to wait for the porch and come home.
No. Says he's in the grass by that car.
Mary 81 was before.
I think your husband wants you to go home.
Yeah, I just parked here.
Go ahead. There he is. Hi, sir. Hey, don't move, okay? Hey, put that down. Put that down. Barry 73, one at gunpoint, uncooperative. Put that down. Put that down or you're going to get tased. You're going to get tased. Put it down, man. Put it down. 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 Down. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. You got comms? Hey, don't move, okay?
Hey, put that down. Put it down.
Mary 32 one at gunpoint, uncooperative.
Hey, put it down.
Copy, one at gunpoint.
Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. And then I tell you again.
Score.
Taser, taser, taser. Put it down. Put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down. Down. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. You got calm?
Yep. Yep.
You shot.
Mary 71, AMR code.
It's okay, we got him. We got him. Okay.
A former California sergeant now faces multiple charges after his alleged excessive use of force during an arrest this spring.
Okay, we got him.
I got him.
Okay. Raise your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back now.
Are you going to get another tase?
Merced S11, we're 415 with this individual taser deployment.
It happened on March 11th in Merced County, California. Body camera video shows officials with the sheriff's office respond to the scene of a car crash.
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Good, good.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'll see you when you get down.
So what happened?
I tried to take Belcher, honestly, for a short way to go down here, but honestly, this road, I swear, I just didn't even know where I was going.
Officials tell the driver, Lewis Jackson, that he's suspected of driving under the influence. Jackson can be heard on body camera video admitting he's drunk.
Be honest with you, okay? I'm gonna be transparent with you, okay?
Right.
All right. Just because due to the condition that the car went through the fence and stuff, and you did say you had been drinking,
right?
Okay, I'm gonna have
I'm going to jail.
Test.
There's no need for a sobriety test or nothing like that. I'm a yeah.
Just sit right here, okay? So look, they're gonna do their test, okay?
But I'm just wondering, I'm not to waste your guys' time. There's no need for sobriety test. I'm drunk.
Okay.
I've been drinking.
After this, an argument breaks out, and Jackson is seen lunging toward then Sergeant Dustin Witt. Video shows another first responder pull out a taser.
Licensed driver to drive the car, right?
Not necessarily.
That's not even crazy. So for you to get at my girl like that,
okay, hey, give me a minute. Hey,
Stop!
Hey, bro, listen,
bro. Get off.
I'm leaving.
After this, Witt can be seen on video repeatedly kicking Jackson and stomping on his head. Another first responder can be heard telling Witt to stop. After that, Jackson is handcuffed.
It's okay, we got him. We got him. Okay. Place your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back now.
Or you're gonna get another tase.
Roll over. Partner, roll over. Roll over.
Hey.
Stop playing like that and roll over.
Roll over.
Come on. Come on. First set. We start 11:41.
Oh.
Roll over.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Roll over.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry,
Hey,
sir.
sit up.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sit up.
I'm sorry.
Sit up. Sit up.
Video shows these same moments from Witt's perspective.
Okay, we got him.
I got him.
Okay. Place your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back now.
Or you're gonna get another tase.
Mercedes 11. We're 415 with this individual. Taser deployment. Roll over. Partner, roll over. Roll over.
Hey.
Stop playing like that and roll over. Okay?
Roll over.
Come on. Come on. Mercedes 11. You start 11:41.
No.
Roll over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Roll over.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Roll over.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sit up.
I'm sorry.
Sit up. Sit up.
Witt resigned from the Merced County Sheriff's Office this June. After an internal investigation, he was charged with assault by a peace officer and assault likely to cause great bodily injury.
Police say she offered millions of dollars to have her estranged husband killed and was caught in a sting at a Starbucks. She pleaded guilty, served time, and was still facing new felony charges. And now there's a stunning update in that case, a tragic update, because the woman at the center of that murder for hire plot has been found dead. And the path from that conviction to this moment is raising some shocking new questions. We're on The Case, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. California equestrian Tatiana Remley once sat across from an undercover officer, calmly discussing how to have her estranged husband killed. Remley was later convicted of orchestrating a multi-million-dollar murder for hire plot against the man who she was divorcing. This was a case that unraveled after a police sting and a suspicious house fire. According to the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, investigators say that Remley offered as much as $2 million to have her husband killed. This was a woman with a lot of money, and there was a lot of money just surrounding this case in general. But her conviction was not the end of this story. After serving time and while still facing additional legal trouble, There's been a stunning new development. Tatiana Remley has been found dead. And what led to that moment is why we're now taking another look at this case. So let me set the scene for you, because it seemed like this woman, Tatiana Remley, she just had so much going for her. She lived in a beautiful part of the country in Southern California. She had this love for animals. She had the resources to interact with animals. I mean, horses are not cheap. This was a woman who had money. Tatiana Remley was a California equestrian who, according to court records, once lived a very public and very wealthy lifestyle with her husband, who was named Mark Remley. Court records and reporting show that this couple, they owned multiple high-value properties, and they moved in some pretty elite social and business circles during their marriage. Remley reportedly was a longtime tech executive. He helped grow a software company into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. He later inherited significant wealth through family holdings as well. So we're not talking about somebody who just had that new money through his career. This was a guy that had wealth, that had that old money from his family. A former business partner later described Remley as the driving force behind many of the couple's ventures, telling News Nation that she was often the, quote, ringleader and the one pushing ideas forward, for better or for worse. And I'll get more into that in just a moment, because according to prior court filings and media interviews, the two first met during a chance encounter at a Starbucks in Southern California. Now, Starbucks is a detail that becomes somewhat ironic considering what I'll tell you happened later in this case and in their marriage. Now, the two married in 2011, and they became well known in Southern California after they launched a pretty ambitious venture, an equestrian acrobatic show. Think like Cirque du Soleil, but with horses. You ever hear of dressage? I mean, it was a lot of that. This show, it was called Valitar, and it was at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. That's the home of the San Diego County Fair. Now, according to reporting by the San Diego Union Tribune at the time, this production, as ambitious as it was and as risky as it was, turned out to be just that, and not in a good way, because this show collapsed after just a handful of performances. And it wasn't just a failure of a show from a reputation standpoint for this couple, it was a failure from a business standpoint. Not just for them, but for the vendors and for the performers who were signed to be part of it, because many of them were left unpaid. And when you look at this marriage and what ends up being just a very haunting and tragic story, this show kind of marks the beginning of a long financial and personal unraveling for the Remleys. Former staff later told reporters that the production just burned through millions of dollars and money that came from investors before it collapsed. It forced the liquidation of assets, and it triggered bankruptcy proceedings. One former associate described the project as chaotic behind the scenes, saying that creative control issues and internal conflict plagued this show well before opening night. In 2017, Tatiana and Mark Remley appeared on the Showtime documentary series Naked SNCTM, which followed members of an exclusive invitation-only sex club known for its partner-sharing lifestyle. Now, on the show, both openly talked about their relationship, describing sex as central to their marriage and portraying themselves as thrill seekers drawn to risk and excess. In one episode, Remley described herself as someone who liked to push limits. Mark said that intimacy and experimentation were the core of their relationship. Those statements later resurfaced as investigators and former associates tried to just understand this couple's dynamic, because, no judgment here. I think it's fair to say that they weren't living a typical lifestyle. Now, former business associates say that period of time, we're talking around 2017, also marked another turning point for the Remleys, because you have a former partner, his name is Eric Martonovich, and he went on News Nation and he talked about how the lifestyle depicted on the show actually mirrored what he had personally witnessed behind the scenes. This wasn't some reality TV show that didn't show reality. He says it was actually incredibly accurate to what this couple was. He described the couple's private lifestyle as increasingly chaotic, boundary pushing, and difficult for others in their orbit to navigate. And that's also saying a lot considering the high rolling lifestyle that they were navigating that people knew them through. Now, that same source also claimed that the couple attempted to draw friends and associates into their personal lives in ways that many considered uncomfortable. That includes invitations that blurred professional, social, and intimate boundaries, something that he said ultimately led to him cutting ties entirely with the Remleys. According to that former associate, Remley often crafted a carefully controlled public persona. He told News Nation that Tatiana presented herself as a larger-than-life character. At times, she adopted a Russian-inspired identity and aliases, which he said he believed was manufactured rather than authentic, describing it as part performance, part self-invention. Now, the Showtime series, which has since ended, later became a reference point for investigators and media as questions mounted about power, control, and the psychological dynamics inside the marriage. Over the next decade, court filings show that the couple's marriage was repeatedly on and off with multiple separations and reconciliations before they ultimately filed for divorce. Now, in divorce filings, Remley accused her husband of abuse. Those are allegations that he repeatedly denied. Eric Martonovich, the man who went on News Nation, he said he did not believe that Mark Remley orchestrated the abuse that Tatiana Remley described. Instead, he claims Tatiana was often the one, quote, trying to get people to do things, and asserting that dynamic fit a long-standing pattern that he had personally witnessed. Things then escalated dramatically in the summer of 2023. According to the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, deputies were called on July 2nd, 2023 to a house fire at the couple's ranch-style home in unincorporated San Diego County. When deputies arrived, they contacted Tatiana Remley at that property, and they said that they found her in possession of multiple firearms and ammunition. So now this situation of a couple that was going through a divorce, that had separated, maybe a toxic marriage coming to an end, certainly people who pushed boundaries, especially according to friends Tatiana, now we're talking about guns. So this is getting scary. Tatiana was arrested that night on weapons-related charges, and arson investigators were brought in to examine this fire. But that house fire was only the beginning. The following day, authorities say investigators received information that Remley was attempting to hire someone to kill Mark, her estranged husband. According to the Sheriff's Department, a mutual acquaintance alerted Mark Remley, who then went to police. Detectives launched a murder-for-hire investigation, and they arranged a sting. On August 2nd, 2023, according to law enforcement, Remley met with an undercover sheriff's detective who was posing as a hitman at a Starbucks in San Diego County. Remember that Starbucks is actually where Mark ended up meeting Tatiana in a chance encounter, and that is how their relationship and really this entire story began. Authorities allege that during the meeting, Remley, Tatiana, she provided detailed instructions about how she wanted her husband killed and how his body should be disposed of. She was getting incredibly specific. Investigators say that she offered a multi-million-dollar payment, and she brought firearms and U.S. currency as a down payment. So there is some key evidence that we often see police get in cases where they are posing as someone like a hitman and are trying to get someone arrested who is looking for a murder for hire. Tatiana was arrested at the scene. She was charged with solicitation of murder and multiple weapons offenses. Now, according to court records, she later pleaded guilty to solicitation of murder, and she was sentenced to 3 years and 8 months in state prison. Reporting from NBC San Diego and People indicates that she ultimately served about a year before she was released, but even after serving time, her legal issues were not done. According to the San Diego County District Attorney's Office, Remley was arrested again in September in connection with the earlier house fire, and she was charged with felony arson. She pleaded not guilty, and she was awaiting a future court date. But then, just as the case appeared headed back to court, Tatiana Remley was found dead. Authorities confirmed that Remley was found on December 18th outside of a bar, though no further details have been provided. But officials did later say that her death was being investigated and had been ruled as self-induced. Law enforcement has not released extensive details about her death, and authorities have said there's no indication that anyone else was involved. Joining us now to talk about this case is Detective Eric Barnes. It's always great to have you on Law and Crime. This story has a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of layers to it, kind of the money aspect of it, which always grabs people's attention. From a law enforcement perspective, just kind of looking at this story from start to now finish, what stood out to you?
You know, it's another situation where you see someone that gets involved in, a crime and probably has very little experience dealing with crime, has very little experience in, dealing with this level of crime. This is a very elevated level. Criminals typically graduate to murder. You don't just step right into, planning and orchestrating a murder. And it comes, you look at the root cause and motivation for this, it looks like it was financially motivated.
Yeah, and they apparently lived a pretty eccentric lifestyle, to say the least, and they have this horse show that bombed, and they, you start to see the financial stresses have an impact. She ends up going to a Starbucks, meeting a police officer who she believes was a hitman. And I noticed that in what police had in the case against her was, money she brought with her. She brought a gun to this meeting. What goes into, beyond just her perhaps being recorded saying that I want somebody dead, what do you actually need to have when you're building a case against someone who's going out there thinking that they're going to hire a hitman for murder?
This is a very important phase of the investigation. What you obviously want to do, because you're tiptoeing on the line of entrapment, if the conversation is one-sided and it's law enforcement led, where you're trying to walk her down this path to get her to incriminate herself. So you really just want to let them talk. You want to hear what it is that they are trying to plan, because maybe what they are planning is not a murder for hire. But you want to hear it in their own words, from their own perspective, and capture their thoughts. And that way you'll know exactly what they're trying to do. And also, the very important thing that you will need is an act in furtherance. And that could be a cash payment. It could be a car, somebody providing a vehicle, could be a firearm.
And in this case, she had at least 2 out of the 3 with money and a gun that she brought with her. Can you build a case against someone? Say she didn't bring those things, but she's recorded saying that she wants to hire someone to take out her ex-husband, her estranged husband at the time. Can you still build a case even if you don't have maybe the money that she brought with her or a gun as proof that it's not just words that she wanted to use in building this case?
I think at that point, what you have is a plan, and you're going to need something a little bit more concrete to actually form the conspiracy. Because right now you're just having talks, and it could very easily be defeated by a defense attorney saying, hey, she was having these thoughts, and that's all they were at this time, were just thoughts and conversation, but she actually never wanted to carry out this. And so what the law requires in most states is that there's an act that goes, an overt act, which would be something that's a little more than just a verbal conversation or a thought. You're going to need something more concrete that you can actually put your hands on, which again, like I said, would be payment in most times.
When you talk about it, it seems that she doesn't have this, history of, she's not a career criminal. And I know you said people typically graduate to murder, and in this case, they're at a Starbucks, she's brought everything that the person she thought was a hitman was going to bring. I guess, what are some of the rookie moves when you look at her, not to use a sports term, but kind of some of the rookie moves of someone who, in reality, when we see a contract killing, what someone wouldn't actually do if they were a seasoned.
Typically seasoned criminals, the first time they meet somebody, they're not going to commit to commit a crime with them. They're going to want to learn a little bit about them, because ultimately their success in getting away with the murder for hire is going to hinge on how good your shooter is, how good your hitman is, how calculated he is. One mistake by the hitman can lead to everybody ending up going to prison. So it's almost like an interview process. And I think with her, in this case in particular, there was a financial motivation, and I think her downfall, it seemed also there was a hint of desperation. That she not only was looking for somebody to make it happen, but she wanted it to happen as soon as possible. And I think whenever you rush your planning and, you're very, you're focused on getting to a date and time versus carefully planning out, there's going to be a lot of mistakes made.
She offered $2 million, up to $2 million to this police officer that she thought was a hitman. That is a massive amount of money. I mean, I know we've covered cases where, you know, very similar kind of sting operation by police, but it's someone in a lower tax bracket and they're offering like $50,000. But to hear a $2 million number, like, what does that tell you about her mindset at the time that she was willing to offer this much money to allegedly kill her husband?
Chris, that amount of money speaks volumes to where her mindset was. She wasn't halfway. This is not just some idea that she's going back and forth with. She's committed. And she's ready for a hitman to be as committed as she is. And so that $2 million bounty is just there to make sure that, hey, once we get this started, I want to get it done. Like, I don't need you freezing up. I don't need you backdooring. You know, I need you to be 100% committed, and I'm going to pay you well.
At the same time, you know, it's one of these where, like, if she was so desperate to have her husband killed and have someone else do it for $2 million, you know, you worry, I'm sure, for police as she leaves that meeting, is like, is this someone who's going to take the gun and then she's going to go do it herself? I guess, what's the difference typically between people who, sadly, in domestic situations, when things get so bad and so toxic, they put it in their own hands, compared to someone who actually, you know, the motivation to go out there and think that they can go and hire a hitman?
Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are caught up in domestic situations that they want to get away from and just really don't know how to do it. And I think the majority of those individuals would rather be victimized than to hurt someone else. And I think that in this case in particular, what stood out to me, there I saw that there was allegations of domestic violence, and I'm not saying that wasn't reliable or true. But I also believe that what motivated this case was the financial part, that, you know, because she very easily could have walked away from him. They had already started a divorce process. She could have moved on with her life without killing him. And unfortunately, killing him was a way to provide more financial means for her. And so, you know, divorce is a way to escape the domestic violence, but you need him dead in order for the payout.
After a meeting like this, when you run a sting operation and, you know, she's saying some very concerning things, she clearly has the proof that she's not just talking, that she wants this actually done, and she leaves that Starbucks, like, what happens next for law enforcement? Because I'm sure there could be that fear that this is someone so desperate that maybe she crosses that limit and then she does it herself.
You know, an intense surveillance operation has to take place. Because at this point, it's not too far-fetched to believe that maybe she's having this conversation with multiple people and she's just going to go with whoever answers the phone first. So now that you're aware, you've been made aware of the threat, it is your responsibility to make sure you keep her under surveillance until you're able to get her in custody. Because like you said, at any point in time, she could take it in her own hands, or she could find someone that's willing to move a little faster.
And, you know, the cliche line is like, money doesn't buy happiness. And there's been a lot of examples. I mean, people win the lottery and they end up going into bankruptcy and being depressed and all of that. But you also look at someone like this and it seems like she had so many things going for her. She had all the material possessions that you would want to have. How common is it that you see people in this level of tax bracket where it just doesn't seem like money can solve their problems?
You know, I think that... You know, another saying that I think very much plays into this case is not how much you make, but how much you spend. And so you can have high levels of income, but the lifestyle that comes with it often gets people trapped into wanting to continue this stigma and being able to keep up with the Joneses. And I think that's what was important to her. She had been living at a certain level, and I think there may have been some concerns that after she was divorced, if she was going to be able to continue to have this lavish lifestyle. And so what was more important to her at the time was continuing the lifestyle versus, you know, actually having her husband alive.
And she ends up spending roughly a year in prison. She was sentenced to 3 for the murder for hire plot and everything that went down at the Starbucks, but she was still facing charges related to this alleged arson at a home, which goes back a couple of years. Why is it that you see kind of a staggering of the investigations where here she is pleading guilty to an incredibly serious charge of trying to solicit someone to kill her estranged husband, but then even when she gets out, she still has these legal headaches that she's going through for another very serious charge in an alleged arson. But why is it that something like that kind of goes out in this staggered approach as opposed to, And maybe her attorney couldn't push the limit in trying to get just everything resolved all at once.
I was a bit intrigued by that as well. Typically, what'll happen, you'll have an individual come in, they're facing multiple charges, and you'll have one plea. Most prosecutors are going to want to get the cases resolved as easy as possible. So once somebody confesses guilt, you typically try to get them to confess guilt on all cases, because at that point they're waving a white flag. They're saying, hey, you got me. And so you want to try to clean up as much as you can without having to get in the courtroom. And so I was really intrigued on that. The only thing that I could think of in this case is that potentially some of these cases may be prosecuted in different courtrooms. It could be that the arson case may be handled by a different jurisdiction.
Yeah, and you wonder too. I mean, I know arson cases, take a good amount of time. Sadly, she was going to face these charges. She ends up, according to police, taking her own life. So that case will never be resolved, or I guess you could say it's resolved now. But I guess, what do you just make of how this story comes to an end? And it just seems like this. And there's a lot of it that is tragic, no matter how anybody feels about her. I mean, it seems like she had this great life going for her. Marriage ends up in disaster. They put on this horse show. That was a disaster, cost them millions of dollars. And then, eventually you kind of just see this spiral, continuing on. In law enforcement, and how often do you see people kind of go down that path that it's like, once one thing goes bad, it's just one thing after another?
It is super unfortunate. And I think that what is super interesting about these type of cases is how everybody, it typically, someone appears normal. They appear to have the life that, some people are in less fortunate situations aspire to have. And so you spend your life putting in hard work, making sacrifices to get to a certain point, and things start to fall apart. And I think it's just that one bad seed or that one bad idea, how it just unravels and kind of you have a snowball effect. One bad decision leads to another bad decision, which leads to an arrest. Now you're fighting charges, and now you plead guilty, you go to prison. And so this lifestyle that you were fighting so hard to maintain and to have has been taken away from you. You've experienced prison, and now what is on the other side of this arson charge could be more prison time. And ultimately, as sad as it is, she made a decision that she definitely didn't want to be behind bars anymore.
Yeah, and you talk about, her losing the, luxurious lifestyle she seemed to have just through the financial issues with her marriage. Going back to prison, I mean, that is, I'm sure, something that really made things difficult for her. When it comes to, I always find it fascinating with, murder for hire cases, because I think in a lot of times, we only really hear about it when the person gets arrested. And you don't often hear about, this mysterious figure who you meet up with at a Starbucks over a latte, where you would actually have this conversation. Not that I think I've asked you this in the past, but it's are contract killers real? Because you see in the movies, the hitman, the guy that shows up, but often it just doesn't feel like I see a lot of those cases where that person actually exists. I mean, in law enforcement, how common is it to actually have that figure in real life who would show up at a Starbucks asking for $2 million and says, look, this is what I do for a living, and I'm going to go take care of this for you?
And Chris, I think that the average American, the only experience they have with a hitman is going to be through some Hollywood script, or some Oxygen movie. But there are true hitmen that do exist, but they exist in the dark underworld of criminality. You're going to have to actually be in a day-to-day world of committing crimes and knowing that, okay, this guy has a criminal resume for this type of thing. And typically, those guys that are willing to do that have those resumes, they're not going to meet you at a Starbucks because you're in the public eye, and there's potential witnesses that if someone overhears this conversation, they're going to tell someone that what they heard, and now there's videotape. So just the mindset of dealing with someone who would be willing to commit a murder, the average citizen is not going to know that individual. And I think it's equally as dangerous. And in this situation, it was good that someone passed the information and they weren't willing to do it, because $2 million, who couldn't use $2 million, right? And, I think that the individual that passed the tip on to the police, I commend them for speaking up and saying something, because that ultimately helps save someone's life.
Yeah, I mean, you just think of the Starbucks part of it for me is there's definitely cameras in there. everybody's probably listening. I mean, I don't know how big this Starbucks was, but it's like you can hear anybody's conversation, you know, in Starbucks. The idea that you'd be talking about a contract killing and that would be something that would be seen as covert is just bizarre. But obviously this story took a very, you know, another tragic turn, and it's taken several tragic turns along the way. Detective Eric Barnes, it's always great to have you on Law and Crime. Thanks for breaking this down with us.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
I did.
Suspect is laying on the ground just south of the black SUV. One property corresponding to the original target location.
A California man now faces multiple charges after opening fire on sheriff's deputies and leading investigators on a foot chase through Compton. At about 10:30 a.m. on January 31st, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies were searching for 36-year-old Mario Bustillo for an outstanding no bail warrant on a violation of his post-release community supervision. Bustillo had previously been convicted of multiple charges, including assault, vehicle theft, grand theft, felon in possession of a firearm, and possession of narcotics paraphernalia. When sheriff's deputies found Bustillo in the neighborhood of his last known address, he shot at them. After that, dispatch received a 911 call.
I'm not sure if the police are on their way.
Yeah, they are. But if you hear anything, where?
He's in my garage. This is the access in my backyard. I have to go outside over my street.
The caller can be heard explaining Bustillo is hiding in their garage.
Do you still see him?
Inside the garage. He hasn't gotten out of the trunk yet.
Inside?
Yeah, in the garage.
He's inside the garage.
After this, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies request backup from Special Enforcement Bureau personnel, including a helicopter response. During what officials call a barricade operation, Bustillo runs from the garage. Security video catches him running through a backyard and scaling a wall to evade capture. After this, he fires shots at 2 separate deputies and 3 officials return fire. Multiple first responders were wearing body cameras at the time, but did not activate them until after the shooting. That means video of the shots fired was captured on Bodycam, but audio was not recorded until after the shooting.
Turn on your camera.
I did.
Suspect is laying on the ground just south of the black SUV. One property corresponding to the original target location.
Body camera video from another sheriff's deputy shows another angle of the post-shooting response.
Hey, I'm watching him, Chase. I got eyes on him.
See, it's up to every ground unit to let you guys know if they're accounted for. I don't see any deputies that are down or anything like that. So far, all I see is just a suspect found out, and I still have my eyes on him. I don't see any deputies making contact.
Investigators say Bustillo was shot in the torso. He was treated on the scene and later taken to the hospital. Officials later recovered a .40 caliber semi-automatic gun with an extended magazine on the scene. Bustillo now faces multiple charges, including 5 counts of attempted murder of a peace officer. The officer-involved shooting is now under investigation by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office.
Come on now, quit around. No.
Terrifying video shows an attempted carjack caught on dash camera video in California, where 2 suspects rush a woman who narrowly escapes.
No.
Investigators say it happened at about 8 o'clock in the morning on July 21st in Oakland, California. A recording from the driver's personal dash cam shows her driving along Skyline Boulevard. Suddenly, a white Dodge Charger slows down in front of her and blocks the roadway.
Come on now, quit around.
Seconds later, 2 men run straight for her vehicle.
No.
That's when the driver screams and accelerates past the suspects.
Ah!
After that, she speeds off away from the scene. later, police announced 2 men and a juvenile were arrested in connection to this and a string of other carjackings in the area. So far, police have not publicly released their names.
A Los Angeles podcaster fights off a robber who stole $25,000 worth of his equipment. We hear the full story from the man who's had his business completely shattered. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. So that was 40-year-old Daniel Lobel, a Los Angeles-based podcaster who had his mobile podcast recording studio ransacked by a robber. Lobel, who hosts his own podcast, also rents out his mobile studio to other LA-based podcasters. According to Lobel, a robber broke into his mobile studio at 1:56 p.m. and stole $25,000 worth of microphones, soundboards, cameras, and other recording equipment. Almost 2 hours after the robbery took place at 3:56 p.m., the burglar then came back to seemingly wipe off his fingerprints on Lobel's bus. That's when Lobel decided to confront him. So joining us now is Daniel Lobel, the LA-based podcaster you just saw on that video. Daniel's podcast is called The Modern Day Philosophers, and the name of his mobile recording studio business is The Podcast Bus. Daniel, thanks so much for coming on.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
So I guess first of all, Daniel, how are you feeling since this happened?
Very shook up. Very, very shook up. I was just talking to my buddy Matty Goldberg, and I was telling him, you know, if I don't get out of my car right away, I start feeling like I'm in a horror movie where the cameras are coming closer to the car from outside. I'm like constantly looking over my shoulders, and I'm surveilling everybody in the neighborhood, and I'm not sleeping well. I'm kind of run down because I'm not getting good sleep.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope, hopefully you're improving a little bit each day. So how did he get into your backyard?
He walked up the neighbor's driveway initially and jumped over the wall. And then the second time he came in through the alley and jumped over the wall. So he entered a different way both times.
Huh. So how did he get into the bus? Was the bus unlocked?
Well, the bus was locked within the premises. You know, I was at home, so but it was closed up. It's got several doors. It wasn't deadlocked. So, you know, but you know, how many layers of locks do you really need? The guy is coming in. He's coming in. You know.
And then how'd you know he came back the second time when he was wiping off his fingerprints? Did you see him on a security camera, or you just saw him in your backyard?
I just saw him in the backyard. I came in the house. Well, first of all, I saw the doors of the bus were open, which I would never leave the doors of the bus open. So when I saw that on the security cameras, my first thought was that my wife did it. Not that she's ever done that, but you know, just you blame your wife. I'm like, she must have needed something and went in there and left the doors open. I guess I'll just go out and close them. It didn't even occur to me that someone had broken in and robbed me. I walked up to the bus to close the doors, and my worst fears were realized when I saw my camera wasn't mounted on the wall. That's the first thing I noticed. And I went in there, and like my heart just like dropped, because this is like I worked my ass off to pay for this equipment, like one piece at a time for at least a year and a half. It was insane. Like I'd just like work and work and work and buy a lens and work and work and work and buy a camera and work and work and work and buy some wires. So I go back in the house, and I start looking at the surveillance footage to see what happened. And I realized I missed the robbery by about 8 minutes. While I was in the house, it was happening. But, you don't hear what happens in your backyard. And I just kept watching the footage over and over obsessively, trying to find any kind of clues. And I did that for like 2 hours, but it felt like 2 minutes. Because I was just like, my head was spinning from the robbery. Like, then I walked back outside to be like, okay, let me just properly assess the damages and see what happened and what I'm actually missing and everything. And when I walked back outside the second time, I looked up, and right in front of me is the guy. And he was back. He was cleaning his fingerprints off the bus. I didn't know what he was doing, because my mind didn't have time to process that he is cleaning his fingerprints off the bus. I just saw a guy with mask, same guy from surveillance, now in the yard, now sees me. And I thought this is a killer be killed situation because this guy, for all I know, he's a psychopath. I don't know what he has on him. You know, he's already robbed me. He's already broken in twice to my property. I don't know if he's got a weapon on him. And my back door is now open, and my little girls are inside, and my wife is inside. And I have to protect my family. And I realized this is a fight to the death situation. I'm going to have to make sure that, you know, I do everything I can to make sure that guy does not go into my house. So I went after him. I said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you. And I tried to pull my kid's trampoline out of the playhouse, but it was jammed, and I didn't have time to figure it out. So then I just pushed the playhouse at him. I tried to like jam him between the playhouse and the bus, but he escaped that. Then I ran and grabbed a chair. I was going to beat him with the chair, but he got away. He jumped over the wall, and he started running away. And I went nuts. I'm like, come back. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. Because and then I said, and then like he kind of like turned around as he was running, and I said, I'm gonna blow your brains out. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill you. You know, like I don't want that guy ever coming back again. But like my inner Tony Soprano awoken. You know, like I was like I was ready to do whatever I had to do to protect my family in that moment.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like you said, your family's inside. It is in that moment a killer be killed type situation. Did he say anything to you when you were confronting him?
He says, I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything to you, which is obviously absurdly untrue.
Yeah, it's like the
But he was
getting white
what?
fingerprints. I was gonna say, then why was if he said that, why was he in a mask and wiping his fingerprints? Obviously,
I think he was just trying to confuse me. And I've also found a suspect from watching hours and hours of surveillance footage of people walking past my house. And I think he's a white guy. And I think he's robbed people before. And I think he knows to, like, if he speaks to try and make himself sound like a different ethnicity to throw people off. That's my takeaway. So I think he was doing a very bad Spanish accent.
huh? So you mentioned you filed the police report. You think he's a white guy. Has there been any updates other than that?
No, I mean, I found footage of this guy who fits his profile walking past my house in a very suspicious, weird way where his girlfriend trails him by like a house. And then like he goes somewhere and then she follows him like diagonally, and then they cross the street and they both disappear together. And then they both walk back together. When they walk past my house, they walk back together on the other side of the street. But when they walked past my house on my side of the street, they didn't want to be walking together. I don't know what that's about, but it's suspicious. And the way the guy was walking, his posture, the way his arms swung when he walked, the way his knees bend, his height, his weight, the way his shirt falls over his pants. Like people buy like certain length shirts. This guy buys shirts that are a little like too long. You know, like people buy the long kind of shirt. So anyway, one thing I've heard is that like people tend to dress the same, even if they're wearing different clothes. They tend to buy the same kind of clothes. So anyway, I'm pretty sure this is the guy. I sent that to the police, but I never heard anything about it.
It sounds like you're on it. I think Detective Dan is a fitting nickname. Have you gotten any sort of extra protection since this happened?
I've picked up a few weapons.
Makes sense.
I won't disclose more than that, but I've got a few weapons.
What's the plan to rebuild the studio beyond the GoFundMe?
That is the plan. I mean, I have insurance that is not coming through. I had to get a lawyer. I don't know what that'll turn out to be, but they found a technicality by which they feel they don't have to pay. I think that's what insurance companies do best, is they figure out how not to help you. I'm hoping that they surprise me and turn this all around and become an honorable company, but that remains to be seen. And so the GoFundMe at this point is it. And besides from my pending legal battle with insurance, And I just want to get back to work. I just want to get equipment and get in there and get my clients back in there and get back to creating content and making money for my family and paying the rent and normal life to the extent that it can be normal right now. I would really just like to get back to work.
Yeah, and I hope you do sooner than later. I would love to have you back on when either you or the police catch this guy. So Daniel Lobel, thanks so much for coming on. His GoFundMe link is in the description. Really appreciate you, Dan.
I thank you for your time and your great questions and your wonderful hospitality. Thanks for having me on the show.
Of course, and if I'm ever in LA, maybe we'll do after hours in your bus too.
Oh, I would love that. Please.
Right, I got you. Thanks, Dan. Again, sorry this happened to you.
Thank you.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. Manos arriba. Manos arriba.
Hey, get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
He's got the knife in his hand. Get down. Drop it.
Drop it.
A California man is caught on body camera video charging at police with a knife. The incident led to a deadly officer-involved shooting.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
He's got the knife in his hand.
Does he have a knife?
He's got the knife. Get down.
It happened on Friday, April 7th in Oxnard, California, about an hour and a half northwest of Los Angeles. At about 6 o'clock that evening, multiple 911 calls came in for a man wielding a knife.
Can you ask him what he's reporting, please?
Sí, quería reportar una persona que anda con un cuchillo aquí en la calle amenazando a la gente.
Yes, he's saying he would like to report someone that's threatening someone on the street. He's holding a knife.
Is he currently threatening someone with a knife right now?
Okay, ¿ahorita le está amenazando a alguien con el cuchillo ahorita mismo?
Sí, ahorita está amenazando a una persona que estamos por la parte del garage.
Yes, he's threatening us. We're over by the garage.
But there's a guy in back of our house that has a knife that's threatening my husband. So we just came inside because my kids are out there. But can you guys have somebody come out there?
Is everybody back inside?
Yeah, he was chasing my husband with a knife right now.
He chased your husband? Okay. But your husband's not injured and he's back inside the house, right?
Yeah, we just came back inside, but it's out there.
Oxnard police officers arrived to find a suspect, later identified as 18-year-old Christian Torres, holed up in a truck that did not belong to him. Officials worked to get Torres out of the vehicle for about 5 minutes before he stepped out with a knife in hand. Ring camera captured video of Torres approaching officers with the knife. Body camera video shows officers calling for Torres to drop the weapon, but he refuses.
Amigo! Here he comes, here he comes. Hands up, hands up, hands up! Hands up! Manos arriba! Manos arriba!
Hey, get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
He's got the knife.
Knife in the hand? Hey, hey! Hey! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Hey, give him one more command. Salga de baja. Salga de baja. Drop the knife. Salgate. Drop the knife. Salgate. Start moving this way. Drop the knife. Salgate. Drop the knife.
When Torres still does not drop the knife, officers tase him.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Less lethal. Less lethal. Less lethal.
Torres still doesn't stop, so officers use a less lethal gun, firing a beanbag to stop him.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Who's got less lethal? I do.
Drop it.
What's the line in his hand?
Salga de baja. Salga de baja. Salgate. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
When Torres still doesn't stop, an officer opened fire. This video shows another angle of the moments leading up to that deadly shooting.
Drop it. Drop it.
Who's got less lethal? I do.
Drop it. Hey, give him one more command. Salga de baja. Salga de baja. Salgate. Drop the knife. Start moving this way. Drop the knife. Salgate. Drop the knife.
After the shooting, officers on scene performed life-saving measures for Torres, but he was later pronounced dead. After the shooting, 5 officers were placed on administrative leave. 4 have since returned, and the 5th is expected to return back to work soon. Right now, the shooting is still under investigation. Deadly wildfires spreading across Southern California have left thousands of people without homes. At least one of those fires could have been started on purpose. LAPD even investigating a homeless man for arson. Here's everything we know about the fires right now. At least 10 people have died as a result of these wildfires. But we won't have an official death toll for quite a while because it's still unsafe for first responders to go into some of these burn zones. Tens of thousands of people have been forced to leave their homes and rush to safety, and at least 10,000 buildings have been burnt to the ground, including the homes of some big-name celebrities like Paris Hilton or Adam Brody. At the time of this recording, the fires are ongoing across the Los Angeles area, and there are actually multiple fires, pushing up dangerously close to LA landmarks like the Hollywood sign or Sunset Boulevard. The biggest fire is the Palisades fire. It's between Malibu and Pacific Palisades, even pushing up against Santa Monica. There's also the Eaton fire from the Pasadena area into the Angeles National Forest. The Hearst fire is north of the San Fernando Valley, and the Lydia fire is in the Antelope Valley area. And then there's the Kenneth fire. And this is the fire that could have been started on purpose in an act of arson. His name wasn't released, but we did learn that the man was homeless and in his 30s. Neighbors in the Woodland Hills area reported the man started the fire about 4:30 Thursday evening. They called 911 right away, and as they were waiting for police to arrive, a bunch of the neighbors came and surrounded the man to make sure he couldn't run off. It was basically a giant citizen's arrest. Within 20 minutes, he was taken into custody. Early on, there were reports that the man started the fire with a propane tank or a flamethrower, and as of yesterday, an arson investigation is underway. So this story, new updates coming out almost by the second, and it's just devastating news one after another. But to talk about it a little bit more in depth, we're gonna bring in former CIA officer and FBI agent Tracy Walder. And Tracy, right from the jump, you're from Southern California and your family has been affected by all this, right?
Yes, I'm from Southern California. I was born in LA County, and then when I was about 7, my parents moved to Orange County. But unfortunately, my first cousins live in the Palisades.
What has it been like for them? Have they had to evacuate their homes, I'm assuming?
Yes, so they lost their home, which, I mean, the reality is pretty much everyone in the Palisades lost their home. But I think even more importantly is that their children all lost their schools. And so, you know, the reality is even if you try to rebuild there, right, there's no infrastructure to help the rest of the population. And so it will be very interesting to see how and if the Palisades comes back, because I think the loss of infrastructure isn't being, talked about as much.
And I feel like it's an overwhelming amount of destruction here because we have multiple wildfires going on at once. It's something I don't think I've ever seen before. I know you probably have followed California wildfire history better than I have. Have you ever seen anything to this magnitude?
No, I mean, I'm 46 years old and my family still is in Orange County as well. And, even in Orange County, we would get fires a lot in Laguna Canyon, where I'm from, and all of that, but nothing like this. And what I think is even more difficult is, so my best friend was evacuated because of that Runyon Canyon fire. She lives kind of right there. And so she went to her parents' house in Calabasas only to be evacuated because of the Kenneth fire that was in Calabasas and Woodland Hills, and then went south, but then they extended the Palisades evacuations into sort of the Santa Monica area. So the reality is there's almost nowhere to go safely in Orange County. And so that's why, a lot of folks are considering fleeing down into Orange County and those other areas. That's what I've never seen before. Certainly, as you mentioned, we get fires, we just do, but nothing like this where there's nowhere safe necessarily to evacuate to.
That sounds like a true nightmare, going one place to the next and these fires just keep popping up. And you brought up the Kenneth fire, which is a huge one I want to talk about today because we've gotten word that it was actually started because of arson. Allegedly, this homeless man started it on purpose. How does an investigation like this even begin?
First of all, I want to say that it's being reported that they actually caught him within 20 minutes of this breaking out, which is very interesting to me. I think one of the reasons that it was raised initially that this may be arson is just for those people who may be familiar with this area. I think a lot of us thought this fire was intentional simply because the embers wouldn't have gone in that direction. Some of the other ones are explainable based on winds and embers and the direction and all of that. But this one, I think, really immediately jumped out to investigators as, being potentially arson. And so I think that right there, they were already on the lookout. But then I also think, too, you really have citizens and neighbors who have basically jumped into action, right? And caught this individual in what's being shown as in video as basically red-handed. So I do believe that investigators and firefighters already suspected initially that this fire was arson based on the burn pattern, based on how it started, and based on the location of where it started.
You talked about the neighbors, and I want to bring them up too, because this is almost an incredible story. The fact that they found this guy 20 minutes or so after he allegedly started this fire, which is a huge, quick response. And according to some of the neighbors who were there, they all kind of band together and surrounded him. It kind of made me think of like the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, also in the LA area, where people banded together to get this suspect. I mean, what do you make of all of that? Are these people going to be talking with FBI or investigators?
I mean, this is community policing, right? At its finest. That's exactly what's going on there. You know, they saw something suspicious, and obviously they did something about it. Not to mention, he also had incendiary devices in his hand, basically a Molotov cocktail, if you will. And so the fact that they got him without violent incident, quite frankly, and were able to hold him there. Yes, they are all now obviously witnesses to this and will absolutely be questioned by LAPD, you know, and the FBI. There's no question because now they're involved in this investigation.
The Molotov cocktail, that is just crazy to me. Some of the articles say things like flamethrower, which is something I've never seen before. I mean, I'm reading New York Times articles that mention a flamethrower that this guy apparently used. It's just crazy. But then when we're thinking about evidence, the fact that we have fire, a lot of it is burned, does that make things more complicated?
It does make things more complicated, you know, but if you look at, you know, a lot of his arrest video, they have the flamethrower, on the hood of the police car. So it's very obvious. And you see him in the video with it in his hands. Yes, obviously in a fire, evidence is burned. Fingerprints are burned. Biological forensic evidence is not necessarily usable. However, one thing I think they may have going for them than they, you know, didn't have 10, even 20 years ago is video. And I do think a lot of people forget this. It's a densely populated area. Yes, parts of Calabasas are more open, but I believe he was arrested in Woodland Hills, which is pretty densely populated, actually where I was born. And so I think there, what they're going to have are Ring doorbell cameras. They're going to know directionality in terms of where he came from. They're going to know where this fire started. The fire department will be able to tell that after the investigation. And my hope is that they will be able to basically piece together his movements through digital evidence. And then also if he had a cell phone on him as well, putting him from a geolocational standpoint in that location will also be helpful.
These modern day technologies that we have, I feel like you and I talk about them every single time we have an interview. And it's really cool that we have them. These phones and, like you said, Ring doorbell camera, that is just next level. So I think that's really going to be important. I'm wondering about motive too. I know that investigators, after they took him into custody, would of course want to talk to him. Obviously, it's up to him whether he wants to talk or get a lawyer, whatever it may be. But are they going to be searching for a motive?
I think they will. I mean, you know, a lot of fires, unfortunately, especially, you know, from my time living in California, my family still being there, a lot of these are intentionally set. In this case, you know, maybe it's a copycat situation. I don't know. Maybe this is an individual that was upset. You know, this is an area where there's a lot of celebrities, you know, and a lot of wealth concentrated into a location. Maybe that was a vendetta. Maybe this is someone who just loved fire. I don't know necessarily the answer to that question. And I think it's probably all over the board. But I do think that, unfortunately, one of the things that LAFD and LAPD are really having to grapple with is copycats. I mean, look, even yesterday they were grappling with people putting drones up in the air illegally and running into the fire suppression aircraft. And so, you know, I really think, unfortunately, this is something that they're having to grapple with.
And I know this isn't something traditionally maybe that the FBI would get involved in, because it would be the fire department and the police department in LA. But because of the magnitude of everything, do you think FBI or CIA or any larger unit would help with all of this?
Yeah, this was the FBI office I actually worked at, to be totally honest with you, is the LA field office. And so, yes, I believe this may not be a federal investigation yet. I don't know how they're going to ultimately classify it, but I do think that their resources are absolutely being used, because the reality is LAPD and LAFD are very spread thin right now. There's no question that they are spread very, very thin. And it's situations like that where resources are just too far spread. That is when they will bring in the FBI, especially if they're under a time crunch. A lot of what the FBI can do in terms of geolocating cell phone data and all of that, they can do so much more quickly. And so this may not be an investigation where the FBI is the lead on it per se, but in my opinion, there is no question they have already been brought in terms of resources.
That's so helpful because, as you pointed out, LAPD, LAFD being spread so thin, and this is wild, the amount of buildings that have been burned down and people who no longer have homes. So I'm really glad that we have them helping. Do you think those are some of the next steps of the investigation, looking for others?
You know, I do think that there could be more people involved. I do think that some of these fires may have been intentionally set. In terms of the spreading and all of that, like they were dealing with 100+ mph winds and couldn't get aircraft up there. We know that is a known factor here, but we don't know, right, how a lot of these started. A lot of information hasn't necessarily been given on that because I think the fire department might not know, right, at this point in time. And so I would be interested to see how those investigations play out. But in all honesty, I'm not sure that they have time to investigate that right now because these fires are still burning and they have to put them out. And that's really issue number one. Then they'll go back and look at point of origin and how these all started.
You're right. The main priority is getting people out, make sure they're safe, putting out the fires. So you're right. It's kind of crazy that we have these two major things going on at once because we will want information from the investigation eventually. Whenever that does happen, do you have any ideas for like a timeline? I know we don't know for sure when these fires could be put out, but what would you guess?
I think the answer to that question is it depends. It depends if the fire department deems them as criminal. And if that's the case, then obviously LAPD is going to be brought in. Clearly, the fire department does have their own forensic team who goes through, looks at point of origin, and looks at how they started. But I think we could be looking at probably weeks to a month in terms of this situation because these fires are so out of control. And even today, Santa Ana winds are supposed to start back up. And so in my opinion, I don't necessarily see an answer to that soon, but I do think that's exactly why the FBI has been brought in.
It seems like it's just one thing after another for the Los Angeles, Southern California community that they're dealing with. You brought up the winds, so really still a lot going on. And as you said, we have a lengthy timeline ahead of us. But if we're jumping to that, just guessing, do you have any ideas based on your experience what any sort of charges could be in all of this? I mean, arson, but you even mentioned it could be federal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously arson is the most basic charge, right, that we're looking at here. But people died as a result of this. I believe the death toll, at least right now, at the time of this interview, is about 10. So people died as a result of this. And so I do wonder if there could be, criminal murder charges as well as a result of this, which would obviously add on top of the arson charge. They're not just going to be charged with one thing here, right? At least I don't see that happening. I see multiple charges that we're looking at. Yes, there could be federal charges. If you look at some of the property that has been destroyed, like Will Rogers State Beach, some of those were protected by the state. So they were state homes, right, or state places. And so at that point, the federal government could come in and levy charges. My gut says that may not happen. I think LA has the capability to probably pursue those charges, but certainly I've been wrong before.
Here on Law&Crime, we basically focus on crime. I mean, it's literally in our name. So that's one of the reasons we're talking about this today. But what is paramount is everyone being safe there and evacuating. And I know before the interview, you and I had talked a bit about resources or what people could do. Do you have anything you want to share?
Well, the first thing I actually want to share is that everyone in this area, in my opinion, needs to have a go bag packed in some way, shape, or form. I know it's not a pleasant thing to think about, but I think a lot of people didn't imagine this happening to them. And so when they left, they packed for maybe a day. I think we need to have a go bag for 7 days. And I think that people need to round up things that are important to them and have those packed already. We have the gift of time right now, and that some people don't have to get out of their homes right now. So I think that's the first thing that we need to talk about. Also, the LA Fire Department does have a foundation that is set up to deliver more funds to them and more funds to victims. Also, the LA Humane Society as well is working with displaced animals.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up the animals too, because that's what I would be thinking of. My dog, making sure my family's safe too, and he's part of the family. Our hearts go out to all of the people involved in all of this, and we're hoping for a quick resolution. I know that's a pipe dream at this point, but hoping for some sort of solace for the people in Southern California. Tracy, best of luck to you and your family, and thank you for coming on and breaking it all down for us.
Thank you for having me, Sierra.
On Friday, LAPD officials announced that the man they originally thought was involved in the arson will not be charged. Police investigated the case and even spoke with this suspect and eventually determined there wasn't enough evidence or probable cause to arrest him. From here, the Kenneth fire and all the others in the area are still under investigation.
No. Huh? I don't have anything. Go. Huh? You go. You go.
A suspect is shot and killed after back-to-back officer-involved shootings. The first one involving a cop that was off duty. At about 11:20 a.m. on August 24th, an off-duty officer from North Hollywood was in Bakersfield, about 2 hours north of Los Angeles. The officer called 911 when he noticed a potential burglary suspect loitering in a neighborhood.
911.
Yeah, I want to report a possible burglary. Burglar suspect. He's going in and out of houses.
Okay, where at?
It's at 113 Andretti.
Is that where he currently is inside?
Security video shows the suspect, 29-year-old Jason Bowles, approach a home in the neighborhood.
It's Jason Bowles. Sorry.
Next, Bowles is caught on camera grabbing a sweatshirt and gun from a trash can. The next moments are caught on 911 and security camera recordings simultaneously as Bowles approaches the off-duty cop with a gun in hand.
Get out of here.
Is that the house he's currently inside, sir?
Yeah, he's got like a gun.
A gun?
I'm the officer. I need help out here.
Okay, I need you to tell me what's going on.
Happened. Happened. Huh? No. Huh? I don't have anything. Go. Huh? You go. You go.
After that, shots are fired. The off-duty officer drives off and Bowles can be seen pointing the gun in his direction.
I'm not going inside the house.
As the off-duty officer leaves the area, Bakersfield police officers arrive on the scene. That's when a second officer-involved shooting takes place. Bowles was injured in that second shooting and later pronounced dead on the scene. A Bakersfield police officer was also shot and injured but was treated and is expected to be okay. Right now, the incident is still under investigation by both the Los Angeles Police Department and the Bakersfield Police Department.
On Prime Crime.
A lot of you have been asking me how to do the Tony Montana impression. I'm gonna try explaining it. Bert, how'd you like that?
People loved it. That's why they followed him. Wow, he portrays these characters so well.
When a TikTok star lets fame go to his head.
Getting 1 million followers, getting all this adulation, it's more than his ego can handle.
I'll bring you to San Diego for what? So you can run to your friends? You're not even an American citizen. I brought you to this country.
Was there this blurring of boundaries between his online persona and himself?
Internet stardom, love, jealousy, and cocaine make a deadly cocktail.
My wife and another man were, I found them dead on the couch, bullet holes to the face.
Hey there, everybody, I'm Jesse Weber, and welcome to Prime Crime, where we break down some of the most compelling and memorable true crime.
Social media fairy tale.
Anna and Ali were living in Okinawa, Japan when they first met.
He was in Japan, stationed there with the Air Force. She was working at a bar in Okinawa. She's from the Philippines.
He just flipped out over her when he first met her. I thought she was beautiful. She was also, I think, attracted to him. He had a very, very big personality. He was somebody who was doing well in the military, and sparks flew.
They fell in love, and together they moved from Japan to the United States to Virginia. They had a little girl, and it seemed that they had a beautiful marriage.
You ever look at your person and think to yourself, wow, how did I land you?
Ali Abulaban finds an outlet for his creativity by making TikTok videos.
So in 2019, Ali starts this as a hobby, and he is very gifted and talented, I think, at imitating these characters that are on TV. And in particular, his favorite movie was Scarface, and he was really amazing at impersonating Tony Montana, the character that Al Pacino plays.
You guys aren't real.
Are you kidding or what?
No, I'm serious.
Nah, I'm real as
Both of you guys are characters that I play.
But over time, he begins incorporating Anna into the videos as well. The two of them are dancing together and they're interacting with each other, and again, appear from TikTok videos to be this couple that's drama-free at one point, as they say, and seems to be incredibly happy together.
In Virginia, Ali and Anna really did seem to have it all. They were the perfect couple living an American dream.
Over time, though, Anna really began missing her friends, and she ends up taking a trip to San Diego to spend some time with one of her friends. And when she's there, she just falls in love with San Diego. She realizes how much she wants to be closer to her support network. Ali, he also saw what was in it for him, which was, if I'm in San Diego, I'm 2 hours away from LA. And this is gonna give me an easier opportunity to do networking, to do other collaborations with other content creators. So I think it was a win-win.
So in February of 2021, they moved their family to San Diego. They got an apartment at the Spire San Diego high-rise building. Anna was working on and off in San Diego. Ali got a job also as a contractor on the naval base with a security clearance.
Once they got to San Diego, they continued their TikTok channel, which flourished.
I've never met anyone else like you. And I don't think I ever will. I'm not saying that because it's cliche. I'm saying that because no one's ever moved me the way that you do.
They had a lot of followers. It seemed they were living a really fun, lavish life.
She's reconnecting with friends of hers. She's getting some positive feedback from people who are watching TikTok. Both Ali and Anna are enjoying the nightlife of San Diego. They are beginning to go out more as a couple. They're both beginning to experiment with different drugs, particularly cocaine.
The cocaine seemed to have quite an effect on Ali. It made him controlling, made him aggressive. Again, something that just doesn't mix well with a relationship, especially a relationship with troubles.
Give me my phone back. Ali, give me my phone back.
Marriott Marquise, that's the place you had the birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going?
I'm not going.
Luke's gonna be there.
I told you we're going to a hotel.
Yeah,
Luke
this is
not
the after party, and
Luke
you're
is
going.
not there.
Yeah?
Why do you think I can bring a kid?
Yeah?
Because nobody's there but girls, you stupid.
Ali begins to spiral, and he starts to feel that Anna is hanging out with her friends too much. He's berating her for not having sex with him. He's becoming more abusive, controlling, and he starts to think that she's cheating on him.
I think his own insecurities are really taking over, and he's starting to see things that aren't there.
The disagreements escalate, leading to the 911 call Anna makes on September 8th.
And that was the instance where, while Anna was calling the dispatcher and speaking with the 911 operator to report what Ali had done to her, he was making that live social media post.
I'll bring you to San Diego for what? So you can run to your friends? You're not even an American citizen. I brought you to this country. Name one man that would do that for you.
Yeah, just don't say anything to him. That way he doesn't flare up again.
Oh, great. You were on the phone with police while I said that? Wow. I thought you were done with the phone call. Okay, great.
Are we on speaker?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take me off the speaker, please?
Yes.
Then Ali fled the apartment after Anna called 911. So police arrived.
San Diego Police Department.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, I'm here. I think he just left the house.
You just left?
Yeah.
Is it just you?
It's just me. My daughter's here. She's
Mind if I capture? Yeah.
Yes, please.
So what was the fight about?
They were having an argument over a suitcase. Ali got mad. They were standing in the bedroom. Ali pushed Anna down towards the foot of their bed, and she fell on the ground, scraped her knee and her elbow, and hit her head on the foot of the bed.
You're on your knees right here, fixing the suitcase, removing stuff.
Yeah.
And then he pushed you over there. And then can you show me where your body part contacted that?
It's like right here, like my head. It's right here.
So police got Anna's statement, took photographs of her injuries, and she was advised about obtaining a restraining order and the resources to obtain a restraining order against Ali. However, ultimately never filed one or sought one out.
And so, particularly in September and October, things become very, very difficult. And Anna, I think, is becoming increasingly concerned and increasingly convinced that it is no longer safe to be in this relationship or to be in this living space with him.
And then Anna moved out of the apartment with their daughter, stayed with her friend Claire, while Ali stayed in the apartment because he refused to leave.
He alternates between trying to be super sweet and, you know, coax her back into the relationship and then becoming abusive again.
Hey, Anna. Just want to say good morning. Good morning to Amira. I just figured instead of texting you, I'll send you a video. My intention here is to just let you know I get it. And I'm so sorry. I really am so sorry for what I'm putting you through. How stupid. What happened to me? It was the drugs? Was it my insecurities?
And then he is angry and he begins doing really strange things in terms of recording their arguments and going on, you know, TikTok and really putting her down and berating her and, you know, just recording things that you would never expect him to record.
She don't think. She don't think. She don't think. And you know what? Goodbye to your little citizenship there, Miss Filipino. But I'm not petty. I don't call the police on people I love. Out of here, bro. This lured me to San Diego for what? So she could be a hoe with all her friends?
Stop lying to them, Ollie.
No, it's the truth. Yeah, you got friends now. Now you don't have a husband. Okay.
And so between July and October of 2021, there are 9 phone calls to police, primarily by neighbors and people who are overhearing this, concerned about Anna and about what's happening to her.
She had told him the marriage was over towards the end of September, that there was no going back after he was with another woman sexually. And so she started ultimately seeing Rayburn Barron.
Rayburn Barron was a friend of Anna's, somebody that Ali did not like from the get-go, but he was described as being a caring guy, caring for his family, and overall a good person.
Ali was still living in the apartment, and then they agreed that Anna and their daughter would move back in, and so Anna and their daughter moved back in on October 18th, 2021, and Ali moved out. His father paid for a hotel for him in Mission Bay, but their marriage was deteriorating. There was more violence by Ali, more controlling and possessive behavior over Anna.
Enough! Ollie, enough! You know, this Can somebody please help me? Hello? Ollie!
Stop.
Leave me the alone! I'm holding my finger! I'm trying to leave this house!
Yeah, that's not cool.
Give me my phone!
With a bunch of guys?
Give me my phone!
Bunch of guys, huh?
Give me my phone! There's no guys! Give me my phone!
He's becoming more stressed about the fact that he's starting to feel like he is losing control of his wife.
I want to know what's going on. Talk to me. Respond to my texts. I gave you 7 texts. You're not responding. You're not answering my calls. You said you're not going out tonight. You lie to me all the time.
Convinced Anna is cheating, Ali Abulaban comes up with a devious plan to find out once and for all.
Ali was researching how to install a listening device, how to install an application on an iPad, how to listen to a room remotely, how to spy on your wife, and then ultimately decided to activate a Discord application on their daughter's iPad, which was inside the apartment.
He wants to know what's going on with her all the time. He is increasingly paranoid about her faithfulness to him.
So on the morning of October 21st, 2021, Ali used that key card that he had kept, didn't tell Anna that he was going into the apartment. I entered the apartment, at some point located the iPad, activated that Discord application, also activated an application on his phone to be able to listen to live conversations from the apartment.
Then, Ali leaves the apartment before Anna returns with her friend, Rayburn Barron.
So Anna and Rayburn Barron went back to the apartment at Spire San Diego around 2 o'clock on October 21st, 2021.
Ollie is listening in on the device that was planted on his daughter's iPad. He then hears Anna and a male's voice in the apartment.
He heard Anna giggling with another man inside their apartment, so he got into his Jeep. At some point, he loaded his gun.
Coming up, Ali Abulaban's anger boils over.
When someone is in a fit of rage, they are not in their right frame of mind. He was high on drugs. He felt powerful. He had a gun. He felt like he could end them both for deceiving him.
October 21st, 2021. Ali Abulaban's suspicions are confirmed when he hears on a listening device that his estranged wife Anna has a male friend at the apartment they once shared. Ali is furious and he rushes over.
He parked outside of the Spire parking garage. Ali entered the parking garage on foot, ran down the parking garage ramp. This was on surveillance video around 2:50 p.m. on October 21st. You can see Ali running back to the street and then back down the parking ramp. He was adjusting the belt around his holster. At 2:53 p.m., Ali started an audio recording on his cell phone that he put in his jeans pocket. And then you can see on the surveillance video at 2:55 p.m., Ali enters the elevator at the parking garage level. And it was a 3-minute elevator ride up to the 35th floor. You can see Ali with a black baggy sweatshirt on, so covering the gun in the holster that was inside his jeans. His phone also not visible in his pocket. He had the white key card. He flashed it to press 35, and then he rode the elevator up calmly. He would have a couple of short interactions with other individuals who got on and off the elevator. And then ultimately at 2:58 p.m., Ali ran off the elevator, not even waiting for the doors to fully open. Ali ran down the hallway. This was captured on a Nest video. Then he turned the corner, ran down that short hallway to their apartment. He still has the audio recording on, so you can hear him running with the phone in his pocket. Then you hear him using the key card to enter the apartment. You hear the door open, and then you hear Anna scream. 1 second after Ali entered the apartment, he racked his gun, and you hear a clink as if a bullet fell to the ground, and then Ali fired the first shot. Ali shot at Ray first. Then he's walking towards the living room. He racks his gun again. He fired 4 more shots. They're about 1 second apart. He killed Ray first.
And he shoots him twice in the head and once in the throat. Meanwhile, there's Anna just terrified.
And then he stood in front of Anna. He racked his gun again.
And she screams. And he turns to Anna and he shoots her in the forehead.
Anna!
He has taken pictures of the bodies of his wife and her friend, Ray. He's also recorded the whole thing.
Around 3:07 and 3:09, Ali sent text messages with that photograph of the dead bodies to both of his parents and to his friend.
Why would he videotape this? Why would he take pictures? Was there this blurring of boundaries between his online persona and himself? He was, in some respects, documenting his victory over the situation.
It definitely feels as if he was not in reality. He didn't realize the culpability that he was admitting to when he filmed the killings, when he took photographs of their bodies afterward, and when he called folks to tell them what had happened and admitted to it.
I just like to live to everyone else. I just like to live. I can't see everything else. I have to go to school. I have to go to school. She's here. She's here. She's here. There's a picture. I don't know.
You could hear it in the apartment lobby where he is in the hallways of the apartment where he's telling his mother, I killed her, I killed her. He doesn't seem to have any remorse until he's saying, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom, which is very interesting because he seems very cold-blooded and matter-of-fact about the killings of Anna and Ray, but almost soft when it comes to how much he's hurt his mom in committing this brutal crime.
At about 12 minutes after the murders occurred, he makes a 911 call where he says that he has come to the apartment and he has discovered the bodies of his wife and another man.
San Diego Emergency, dispatcher 8107.
Yes, ma'am. My wife and another man were, I found them dead on the couch, bullet holes to the face.
Wait, someone was shot?
2 people, a man and my wife.
So he is telling them about this crime scene, but he's portraying it as somebody who is a witness to the aftermath of these 2 murders.
Stand by.
Please help my wife. Please help me.
Okay, hold on, sir. Sir, stand by. I'm bringing on my supervisor. What is your name?
My name is Ali.
Ali? Okay.
Yes, I'm her husband.
Tell me what you saw when you went in there.
I saw my wife on the couch with blood coming out of her head.
Wife is on the
hamburger. I don't know who he is. His name is, I know him. His name is Ray. I couldn't even breathe when I saw that. It was so terrible.
Ali was calm at first during that call and then tried to say it was horrible, please help them, and then hung up the call. And so officers were already dispatched to the Spire building.
Abulaban leaves the building to pick up his daughter from school, so he's gone by the time the officers arrive.
We got 2 down, Emergency entry, I need a team. Clears that. Go. Someone came here and shot them. That's the guy that he's describing.
Yeah, they both took rounds to the head. Do me a favor, help out with security for us. I don't want someone coming back, doubling back over here and smoking us, okay?
Okay.
And so the officers were able to gather information on who they thought the suspect was and the vehicle associated with the apartment, and they followed him for a short while, and then Ali pulled the vehicle over and the officers arrested him.
I got it. I know, but we don't want to contaminate
My mother wants to get him. I
don't want anyone else to get in the car.
No, it's just my daughter. Please, she's sick.
You understand, man? You're gonna.
I care about her.
I understand. We're gonna make sure she's all right, man.
All right, but can I walk mom to her? I'm saying my mom is driving from Vegas to try to come get her.
Okay.
And at that point, as he's getting out, he tells Amira that he's hurt Mommy and that he's going to be going away for a long time.
To tell a 5-year-old little girl in that moment that you hurt Mommy, it's just really tragic for her.
Amira, I love you, Amira! Amira, I love you!
Take a softer necklace. Put everything in a small bag.
Ali was arrested on 2 charges of first-degree murder, a charge for Anna and 1 for Ray.
Up next, as attorneys prepare for trial, no one anticipates Ali Abulaban's outbursts in the courtroom.
And so it's perfectly reasonable for me to ask those questions.
All right, let me make something clear right now. If there's any disturbance, you will be put outside.
So you were looking up trash cans because you wanted to hide some bodies, correct?
I'm sorry. You're out of your mind.
After Ali Abulaban killed his wife Anna and her friend Rayburn Barron, he remains in custody for years while authorities gather evidence in the case.
The San Diego Police Department conducted an amazing investigation, was able to get warrants for both Ali and Anna's cell phones, their social media pages, the apartment, Ali's car, and so all of those pieces of evidence were looked at.
If I see that, I don't even know what the I'll do. If I see my wife kissing on another man, I'll go to jail, bro.
We looked through many videos, listened to audio messages, looked at photographs, looked at Ali's web search history. All of this was done to prove that this was first-degree murder.
And Ali Abulaban didn't do much to help his defense.
He did jailhouse interviews where you could see how angry he would become. You could see how he would trigger and he'd start shouting.
I'm broken, I'm devastated, I lost my wife. My goal was to just try to get a hold of my family. It was slipping through my fingers. I'm the loser here. I lost the love of my life. I lost the love of my life. Everybody I reached out to when I was going through this problem. Dude, you're so handsome, you're famous on the internet, you can get any model. I know I can. I want my wife.
And it really was kind of what you would see on these TikTok videos. See, when he was portraying Scarface or Godfather or these characters.
If you want to be forgiven, you must first confess your sins to me.
Ali Abulaban's murder trial begins in May of 2024, about 3 years after the deaths of Anna and Rayburn. But the battle between prosecution and defense is not simply about guilt or innocence.
That was the defendant executing Anna and Ray. Cold, calculated murders. The defendant was jealous, controlling, and violent during their relationship. And Anna finally left him and was moving on. But the defendant couldn't take it. If he couldn't have Anna, no one could.
So the prosecution was very confident because they felt they were going to be able to prove that Ali did premeditate this crime.
Now you are going to hear the defendant saying that he wanted to kill another man that Anna was with, and that he would go to jail if he found her with another man. You will hear overwhelming evidence that the defendant intended to murder Anna and Ray. And at the end of this trial, I will ask that you find the defendant guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Is that heat of passion or was it premeditated? It could be that he was honestly curious as to whether or not she was cheating on him like he believed she was doing. And then when he heard it, it just sent him into a tailspin.
The defense's ultimate goal is to paint a picture that this is either a heat of passion or heat of the moment, which could reduce something from first-degree murder to second-degree murder. That would be the strategy here, to get something reduced from first-degree to second-degree or voluntary manslaughter.
She drove him to the brink. Anna knew Ali well. She knew exactly what to say and how to say it to cut him directly to the bone. She knew his underlying vulnerabilities, his insecurities about his mental illness, his drug addiction, and his own chaotic upbringing. She used these and she weaponized them against him.
So they have no choice but to try to mitigate this case and say, okay, he committed the murders, we admit that, but they were not premeditated.
On October 21st, 2021, Ali was driven to the brink. It was the perfect storm. He was so completely overcome by the months of torture and heartache and pain that he reacted without thought, without judgment, and without malice. Ali shot Ray and Anna in the heat of passion.
So you can't say that it's heat of passion when you're the one who walked into an apartment you weren't supposed to be in with a loaded gun and you fire immediately upon entering.
As you'll see, For a defendant who has a flair for theatrics, this trial is not without plenty of drama.
On October 18th, you were also researching teen porn videos, correct?
What? What did you just say?
That's what you were researching, correct?
Say it again?
Teen porn videos.
You're out your mind. Show me the teen you just said. You want to paint me as some kind of child molester? Show me show me. What you just said. I've never seen that in Discovery. I've been incarcerated 3 years. You never showed that to my team. Where did you get that?
It's in your phone.
I mean, you guys have a history at this point of trying to get under each other's skins.
Yes.
So this sort of back and forth, low blow, return a low blow in terms of the things that you would say to try to get under each other's skins. This was something that was happening with some regularity at this point in your relationship.
Yes, and one of the things when I'm under the effects of cocaine, I become really impulsive and I don't think before I speak, and I say very mean things. I don't recognize how much of an impact it is.
As the trial of TikTok star Ali Abulaban for the murders of his wife Anna and her friend Rayburn Barron continues, Abulaban takes the stand.
He takes the stand for 3 days in his own defense, which is not something many defense attorneys would recommend, but they were trying to prove here in this case this heat of passion. So they possibly believed he needed to take the stand to explain how he was feeling in that moment.
What happened next?
I snapped. I rolled on top of Anna and I began punching her.
Where did you punch her?
In her face.
Do you have any idea how many times you punched her?
3 times.
And then what happened?
I got off of Anna. Anna was crying and I was like, I'm so sorry. And I'm apologizing profusely because it's not something I ever want to do. It's not something, I mean, that's disgusting to me. And I was just very impulsive.
When Ali was on direct exam, he was calm. He told his story. Obviously, a lot of that was rehearsed beforehand. But when I was confronting him with certain bad facts on cross-examination, he had some outbursts.
You heard that word, respect, correct?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Before you shot Anna, you told her, essentially, that she wasn't respecting you, correct?
That is false.
That is not a female voice saying respect, correct?
That is not, there's nobody saying respect in there.
That is not Ray saying respect because he's already dead, correct?
I do not know the status of Ray, but there's nobody saying respect in that audio.
That's what you said to Anna, and then you killed her.
I did not say that.
He would curse at me. He would ask me questions. Ali was ultimately trying to be very controlling of me while I was conducting my cross-examination. And so his true colors came out during the cross-examination. You shot her because she had disrespected you and was with Ray, correct?
No.
Right after you shot Anna in the head, you pushed her head down into Ray's lap, right?
Oh, get the out of here. I'm not going to tolerate this.
The jury just was able to see who he really was as the violent and controlling person that Anna had always described him as.
Ali's mother also takes the stand.
Do you see him here in court today?
I miss him. Ali always said he had a very close relationship with his mom. She really wanted to help her son.
It was just always harder on Ali, always. It was stressful.
When you say it was stressful, was it stressful for you as well?
Yes, I always had to hide stuff from Ali's dad just because he would get angry.
And there were times that Nasser physically disciplined Ali, right?
Yes.
Can you describe what that would be like?
Just grabbing him and hitting him on the butt.
How old was he when he was grabbing him and hitting him on the butt?
I mean, around 10.
Going on the stand and talking about the abusive childhood, which I do find credible in terms of some of the things that she shared, and this history of domestic violence that Ali and his siblings witnessed, some of the terror that she experienced in this situation.
He was very temperamental. He would get angry quick at anything.
And there were times, Dalal Miswara, in this home environment where Nasser was abusive to you, right?
Yes.
Physically?
Yes.
And Ali was one of those children who saw the abuse?
Yes.
Ali's mom also stated he had mental health issues. And then obviously you pair all of this with drugs, it's a dangerous cocktail.
After about a month, the trial winds down with closing arguments.
The defendant felt disrespected by Anna and Ray. So he executed a plan, and then he executed them. And their families cannot see them anymore because the defendant was so possessive and controlling of Anna that if he could not have her, no one could. And she couldn't live. And any man she was with could not live either. And this case is all about power and control until the very end.
It's almost like this is a possession of mine. This person is a possession of mine. It's a matter of ownership. Somebody is trying to take something that belongs to me, and that is intolerable to me.
He is guilty of first-degree murder. He murdered Anna and Ray in cold blood, and he is guilty. And I ask that you find him guilty of both counts of first-degree murder. Thank you.
The defense had an insurmountable hill to climb in this case in many, many respects.
Ali Boulaban is not a murderer. Yes, he killed Anna, the woman he loved, the mother of his beautiful daughter, Amira, and he killed Ray, a man with whom Anna was having an affair. And he cannot undo what he has done, but he did not murder them. He is not a murderer. The law in homicide recognizes and requires you to consider heat of passion. That is, what's going on in someone's mind at the time that something's happened.
Heat of passion can lead to voluntary manslaughter, which would really reduce the exposure and consequences to Ali in this case.
I'm asking you to hold Ali responsible, but only responsible for what he did. This was a crime of passion. He reacted to the provocation that he was experiencing. He is not guilty of first-degree murder. He is not guilty of second-degree murder. Find him guilty of 2 counts of voluntary manslaughter. Thank you.
So the jury was tasked with determining whether or not Ali was guilty of first-degree murder, and if not first, then was it second degree? And if not second degree, then was it voluntary manslaughter?
They deliberated about a day and a half. That is fairly long. It could kind of give a defense attorney some hope in a case anytime a jury is going beyond a day.
We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree of Rayburn Cardenas.
Silence. Nothing.
Of Rayburn Cardenas Barong. We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree of Anna Abulaban.
Before Ali Abulaban is officially sentenced, family of the victims have a few things to say.
Mama, sorry, Your Honor. What did they do? You didn't do anything to you. You know Anna Marie's not gonna go cheat if you didn't cheat first.
Ma'am, if you're not going to be able to control yourself,
Sorry, Your
I'm
Honor.
going to have to excuse you. Mr. Abulaban, please.
Your Honor, my name is Felix Arden, and I want to share the court the devastating impact that loss of my sister Anna Marie has had on our lives. My sister was a gentle, loving, sweet young woman whose absence has left a hole in my heart that can never be filled.
The sentencing phase of this case was incredibly intense. The family spoke and they were very angry, as they should be. They were extremely heartbroken. And there was a lot of emotion in that courtroom.
My name is Jordana Barron.
and Rayburn was my brother. He had a beautiful soul. So I'm here today to ask for justice for my brother Ray, for Anna, and for my mom, who has to suffer the rest of her life knowing that her youngest son and her baby was taken from her in such a violent way.
Sir Boulevard?
Yes, sir.
If you want to make a statement, this is the time.
Your Honor, I have something written.
Okay.
May I face?
Sure.
It is truly unfortunate that despite the compelling evidence that this was a crime of passion, somehow the jury still landed on this verdict. And they certainly wasted no time in doing so. The fact that I spent more time on the stand than the jury took to deliberate my fate is very concerning, and that justice was not the motivating factor behind their decision. It was vengeance.
Ali read a statement, a very lengthy statement, I believe about 10 minutes long. It was very apparent that his statement wasn't fully sincere, that he was just saying these things to try to get a better sentence for himself, and that he was a good actor. And so the judge did make comments about Ali being a very talented actor.
I've watched him here during all of this time. When I saw the Scarface videos, it's as if when he committed these crimes, he became that persona of Scarface, of just cold-blooded killing without remorse. Any tears that he's cried in this courtroom have been for himself. I don't know if he's really sorry.
I felt like the judge was saying, I've just seen a performance. I've just seen a 3-day performance. So I will give it to you that you're a good actor, but I'm not talking about you on TikTok or potentially in Hollywood. I'm talking about what we all saw in the courtroom, because it seemed to be very, very calculated in so many ways.
And so the judge sentenced him to the maximum sentence that he could get.
The bottom line here is he will die in prison. He will never be a free man. He will take his last breath there. Please. In this matter, the defendant on count 1 will be sentenced to life without the possibility of probation. Consecutive to count 1 will be count 2, which will be life without the possibility of parole.
I wanted to make sure that this case highlighted domestic violence and that victims should not be scared to report violence by an abuser to the police.
The only thing that's different about this scenario is they're TikTok famous. And so we know so much more about that. Is there anything else really different about this story than so many others?
How many people looked at this couple as, I want to be them? They're fun. They put on TikToks together. They're family on TikTok. And people had no idea that there was this abuse behind the scenes. There was this control. So you just never know. You have to be very careful.
They had a 3-vehicle TC, traffic accident, and we had 4 subjects run from the scene, and sounds like they got some serious injuries at the scene. And the people who ran westbound should be right in this area somewhere.
Let me see your hands! Right now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Frank 22, 2 at gunpoint.
I'm hurting, man.
Don't move!
I'm not moving.
2 at gunpoint. I'm gonna need RFD at this location too.
I'm not moving.
Get him cuffed! Get him cuffed!
Don't resist. I'm not, dude. Behind me. I got you. Oh. It's all right.
No.
Oh, man. No, man. I got you. All right, man. Spread your feet. My car, dude. I'm driving, dude.
I mean, unit north of us.
What's going on, officer?
Let me know when you're done talking so I can ask you a question.
Go ahead, officer.
Okay. What happened down there at the accident?
What accident?
The one. Come on. Don't play games with me. I got people down there who are going to point you. You guys are running from the scene. Okay? We were right here. What's going on? You got glass in your head.
Okay, so I got glass in
Go
my
ahead. We got 2. We're going to need to do an area check over here to see if those guys might be hiding out up over here. You're on parole, right?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Do you want it to be worse for you now, you being on parole? It's an accident. You got in an accident. Tell me what happened. Instead of lying about it.
What are you talking about?
Daniel, I can smell the alcohol coming off you too.
Okay, so you smell the alcohol.
Okay, what happened over there?
So I've been drinking today, so what?
What happened in the accident?
What accident?
You're not gonna talk to me? Okay, we're just gonna violate you.
Fine, look, officer.
Okay.
That's fine.
Fine with me.
That's fine. Look, I haven't done nothing wrong.
Okay, well,
I mean,
all the witnesses down there are gonna tell me different, right? What's your name?
Justin.
What happened, Justin?
I don't know.
Was he driving?
Glass in my head. No, I don't know. What's in
Well, he's drunk. I can tell. Hey, how old are you? 22. Listen.
My life, man.
Okay, then tell me what happened.
I don't know what happened. I was just sitting in the car and my head got smashed against the window.
Okay, who got hurt? Who was driving?
I don't remember, eh? I don't
Daniel?
know nothing. Who?
The guy over here? Was he driving?
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Last time I said stuff, I got glass in my head.
Okay, what do you think happened to the people over there in the accident? You got in a car
I hope they're
accident?
all right, eh? I
You
don't know
hope?
what happened to them. I'm hurting too. I hope they're all right. I was in an accident. It's my fault, okay?
Your fault you were driving?
No, I wasn't driving. Eh?
How's it your fault if you weren't driving?
Because I'm just as fault for being in that situation, man.
Okay.
He's coming westbound on Foothill. The guys that fled this car are coming southbound, run a red light, and he hits them, and he gets to hit this pole there. We got to get Edison out here to check the pole. It's cracked. This car, after it hits the truck, hits another parked car, that white one there that was parked in the turn lane. So driver, party 3, said he could possibly ID, so I got Luther going to take him over there to check him out and see if we can get him ID.
They're going to do it. So right now, just one
Right now,
injured,
just one injured. They're shaken up, but they're not hurt. And then whatever the injuries are, the cars.
You understand what's going on? You were in a car accident, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, I mean...
Listen, we got.
Go ahead,
you see what I'm saying? Listen, why don't you listen to me for a second,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We know you're in a car accident, okay? We got lots of people who identified you already as you were in the car accident. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you're already on parole. You think honesty is going to help you out, or do you think you're going to end up going back for a long time if you keep lying?
I don't know. Am I going to go to jail or not?
Yes, you're going to jail.
Okay, then take me to jail.
Okay, you're going to go to jail.
Take me to jail.
Let me tell you what you're going to jail for.
Okay, then that's fine. Take me to jail. I don't need to. I'll just find out when I'm going to
You're
court.
going for felony drunk driving.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay,
then
you
I'll
hurt
beat
somebody.
it in court, and I'll go to court, and I'll find it.
You think?
And I'll find it. And you want me to sit back in the car now?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's
Sit back.
no reason for me
No?
to sit.
Okay.
Hey, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Sit in the car and realize this.
Okay, no, it doesn't. I'll see it in the court. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll sit inside the court and
Sounds
wait.
good.
And I'll thank you. Thank you very much, officer.
No, thank you.
Life. Think of life.
Okay.
Felon with lots of convictions.
Okay. And that's fine. You can shut the door.
Life.
And we'll go to court.
We're going to go to court?
Yeah, we'll go to court, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'll
It
be
doesn't
there.
matter what you say. What can you do for me in court?
Nothing.
Units on the northeast are making your way southwest.
Some neighbors saw these male blacks out front with guns in their hands and possibly fighting. We got 3 male blacks walking towards us.
3 males walking towards us.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Police department! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground!
They just called. I just came from there.
What happened? Get on the ground. Lay flat.
They just got into it with some people. My friends, you can take me over there right now. The mom, she'll know. She'll tell you right now, sir.
All right. Just relax, okay?
Gentlemen, hands out to your sides right now. Go ahead, Bob, guys. Guys, any weapons? You just Do we have found any what? weapons?
No, I don't have no
What's in your
weapon.
pant leg?
I just came from my house. You got a shotgun?
Yeah, he's got a shotgun.
You got a shotgun?
Maintain 33, we got one with a shotgun.
You have anything else on you?
No, sir.
I just.
Right. Watch the barrel and clear it.
I just met
It's a rifle.
We got loaded.
Yeah, it's got, hang on, there's a few in here.
Hang on, let's.
I was just about to come turn this in.
Sir, you got a brain?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else on you that we should know about?
No, sir.
You need to start being honest. You got
Yes,
another
sir.
gun on you, yes or no?
No, sir. I swear you can verify it from the lady.
No, don't be running names. We got a 33. All right, this one's clear. I'm just gonna leave this here for now. Finish the pat down. Do a thorough search on him.
Stand up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that gun there for now.
Sir, you got a brain?
Yeah. Put your feet. Come here, sit down.
Take a seat.
We got two Legs over straight out here, in front of you, but cross your you're ankles. what?
Cross your legs out in front of you, cross your ankles. What happened? What started this whole
The
thing?
whole thing started. Somebody took my stepdaughter's soda.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She said, I guess they went upstairs. They had words over the soda, and some kind of way they about to start fighting over a soda. You know what I mean? So I go up there like, I know you ain't finna hit her. So I come down. You know, made phone calls. You know what I mean? Got the whole apartment surrounded.
By those guys?
Yeah. And all I did was say, man, I know you ain't finna hit my stepdaughter. Basically, that's all it was.
Okay.
You're not gonna hit my stepdaughter. You are a boy, she is a girl. You're not gonna hit her, man.
Yeah, what about the guns?
That was all out here. You know what I'm saying? I never came outside.
Never came outside?
I was on top, you know what I'm saying? The kids and everything seen the guns.
Okay.
You know, my lady said they was cocking guns and everything out here.
Well, when
Talking about come out here.
When my
They finna shoot my car.
me,
Baby said they was finna shoot my truck, and she stood in front of my truck and said, you're not finna shoot my husband's car.
they came to
And then he said, you know what, I ain't even tripping, I'll get him.
All right.
Justin started patting him down and he pulled this out of his waistband. It had 2 rounds in it, so I was lucky he didn't get shot tonight.
I had dispatch contact the parent who's meeting us in the lobby of the police station. Notified the parent that their child has been taken into custody for possessing a sawed-off rifle and it's concealed in his pants.
What you doing with a gun, man?
Look at your dad and talk to him, man. Be a man about it.
What you doing with a gun?
Man, have to have
What you doing with a gun, man? You know what's happening, man. What you doing with a gun? You know, you kill somebody, man, you're going to prison for life, charging you as an adult, man.
Hey, sir, this is the gun that we got off. It was a cut-down modified 22, and we already talked to him, and we're all dead.
I'm trying to tell him, man. I didn't grow up with no dad. I'm telling you, I grew up with just my mom. But dad didn't give me no reason to be out here up, man. And he don't give me no reason to be out here up. He got a good mom and a good dad.
I'm sorry.
I told you.
If I do get out, I know I'll do better because...
Come here, man. I wish it didn't have to be like this, man. I told you, though. I told you, son. I told you, man. I told you, man. I love you, man. That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here.
I love you too. Tell my brother I love him too.
I told you, all right? So don't be in there, just go in there, listen to them counselors and do what you got to do, man. You hear me?
Yeah.
I told you, son. I love you, okay? I'll be up there to see you, man.
Trying to catch a vehicle, speeds are at about 80. Oh, TC, roll med-aid, Lanada. This car came around the corner pretty fast. We're trying to catch up to it. He's at a high rate of speed. I think he may have saw us and he's trying to get away. Looks like they're doing about 70 right now. Robert 47, trying to catch a vehicle, northbound Village. Speeds are at about 80. Traffic conditions are light. Oh, TC, roll med-aid, Lanada.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Driver, let me see your hands! Roll med-aid, have them expedite. Ma'am, are you okay? All right, let's not move. Don't move, don't move. Robert 48, I have an elderly male who's unresponsive, elderly female who's on the floorboard of the vehicle. Ma'am, don't move. Stay right where you are, okay? Just sit tight. We have an ambulance coming. All right, stay right there. Don't move. Sir, what's your name? Okay, just sit tight. You haven't been drinking tonight, right? Yeah, and you don't have medical problems? Okay.
He's been drinking the extra. Do this. You got an open can in the floorboard.
What?
Hey, Elizabeth, it's just in the vehicle, right? Nobody flew out?
I don't drink.
You don't drink?
Sit tight. We got an ambulance on their way. Driver's intoxicated. Okay. Hit the curb back here doing about 80. Okay. Was unconscious, unresponsive for a good minute. Okay.
I'm sure he's extremely intoxicated. Passengers complaining of neck pain and back pain, and that's where we're at.
Be a white male.
The driver has priors for DUI, and his driver's license is expired. I think the driver and the passenger both are going to be airlifted probably down the hill to Arrowhead County. They're both elderly, and they want to transport them by air just for precautionary purposes. They had a positive reading for alcohol on preliminary alcohol screening test.
What happened?
He felt like speeding.
He felt like speeding?
And then I said, this car behind us and went berserk and went to the side of the road, went to full side of the road.
We gotta take this off, okay? Elizabeth, do you have any pain, sweetie?
My neck.
Your neck's hurting you. Anything else?
Now you're ruining my sweater.
I know, we got it.
Hey Elizabeth, what's the name of the driver?
Glenn.
Glenn, is that your husband? Okay, so you saw me behind you and you told him that the cops were behind him?
Yeah, he tried to pull over. He pulled over too fast. And
Well, no, you just said that you said the cops were behind him and he went berserk. And he started going too fast.
tried to pull over.
Take a deep breath,
Okay.
Elizabeth.
Tried to pull
Elizabeth,
over
take a
and
deep breath.
He went over the curb and then landed here on the asphalt. You can see his skid marks all the way. He hit this curb here.
Wow.
And jumped up, and then, you can see where he skid right through the dirt all the way down.
Down the wheels hit about 10 feet in.
Yeah.
What were you stopping him for?
Speeding. He was doing about 70. I was pacing him. He was doing about 70 in a 55. And then when I lit him up, he was all over. He was between 1, 2, and then finally he hit the curb here.
So we got open containers, alcohol in there?
Got open containers in the car. A couple other cans that weren't open.
And obviously he's got alcohol in his breath.
He's got alcohol in his breath. He's got priors for DUI. His driver's license is suspended right now.
Lucky tonight nobody else was hurt.
My fear is that there could be a guy standing on the other side of that wall with a gun pointing at your head. Coming through. Put your hands down! They were responding to a call for Roseville PD. They were in pursuit of a red Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He's a domestic violence suspect, and they believe he's a parolee at large and possibly armed. Officers have found the motorcycle abandoned and is supposed to be on foot evading us.
So he is somewhere from here.
Bailed that way or down
that
the way?
So
Okay.
as soon as he wrecked his bike right over there, he's gonna be like over in this section.
We're trying to get another officer to call a perimeter to surround the area and keep him locked down.
So we need a warrant
He's sick, and there's nobody in this house.
Okay, well, just to let you know, if we do find him or he leads us back to this house, both y'all can go to jail. Just be honest with you.
Oh, I know. I don't have anything to do with
Do you want to take that chance?
bad guys.
Real fun right there. I'm sorry? Go in to you.
We're looking for a guy with a gun, and he's an extremely dangerous parolee. All we're asking for is your cooperation. Maybe just a little, helping hand.
If there was anybody here, I would let you in, let you have them. I mean, I'd be out first.
But see, my fear is that there could be a guy standing on the other side of that wall with a gun pointing at your head, telling you to say these things.
If there was, I could go like.
California Highway Patrol K9, if you're out here, make yourself known. I'll send a police dog. We'll find you and you will be bit. Final warning, CHP K9, come out now.
Yeah, come on over here and talk to me real quick, Dorothy. Thank you for finally coming forward.
Does he have a plan?
It's okay, just...
Sheriff K9, if you make yourself known, Doc finds you, will bite you.
I'm thinking he needs to be tased just for all this work.
Yeah.
You're right, Forward. Down. Sheriff's K9, if you didn't make yourself known, Doc's coming in, you are going to get bit.
Clear the house back this way. We're coming through.
One in here, other back. Everyone back up. Only one. Back up. Back up. Back up. They only want one. Back up. Keep those hands. Keep those hands. Crawl to me. Crawl this way.
Got cops? Put your hands down. Put your hands down right now. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Let it go.
Under the bed.
Over. No. All right. Thank you for finally coming forward. When I started to get this sense that you didn't want to let me in your house for some reason, that's why I started talking about there could be a guy with a gun inside. I had a really good suspicion that he was in there.
Good.
How were you feeling at that time when he was in there?
Petrified.
Okay. I mean, did he threaten you guys in any way or?
You said you better be quiet, you know.
Okay.
And
that's when you guys just became afraid.
yeah, he looks like a gang member. And I don't know if he had a weapon. I didn't see one, but I didn't know.
All right. Thanks again,
Thank
Dorothy.
you.
We appreciate it. What's your first name again? Why wouldn't you give yourself up when you heard the dog outside the door? You have no comment. You heard the dog coming in the door, right? You heard the dog. You heard us make our announcements. They even said you're going to get bit if you don't give up. You had nowhere to go, so why would you just hide out in there? What's that?
Here.
All right, Andrew. He's an active parolee right now. He's probably going to be violated for his parole status. He's got an active domestic violence charge against him at this point. They initiated pursuit on the freeway, so they've got him for evading a peace officer on the freeway, charging into the residence. That's a good burglary right there because he was unwanted, and held him against their will for a good false imprisonment charge.
And then they're going to book him in Rochester County Jail. So.
Okay, that'll work.
Knock it off. He's on parole. He's doing this with the kids. Are you angry with him? What? We're en route to back our SCAT team. One of their informants has given them some information, reference some dope that one of the local gang members has. Hey guys, what do you got?
We got a subject. He's on parole. So we got information that he's selling methamphetamines out of his house.
Okay.
I've already contacted Agent King. You know, he's good to go for the search. So
okay,
I'm gonna go
good.
see if we can contact him and see if we can locate the meth on him.
Where we need him. What's going on there? You and I'll stay lethal cover because they got tasers. Got one in the backyard.
Keep your hands out of your pockets. So, right now. Separate your feet before I slam you to the ground. All right.
Sure. Get that hand back. Knock it off.
Okay.
Take a deep breath.
Okay.
I'm going to have you roll over on your stomach. Look at me. Look, I'm going. Take a deep breath. Roll over on your stomach on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Keep reaching in his pockets.
Get that hand back. Get that hand back. Get that hand back.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Get your breath and roll over on your butt. Sit down.
Sir.
Sit down.
Oh, man.
What'd you dump on me?
I did nothing, sir. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the chance, okay, to tell me where the dope is so I can just go get it. And then you can go to jail, okay, and your family gets to stay here and do their thing.
There's
okay?
nothing in there, sir.
Sure? Okay.
What if you guys coming over here, though?
You're on parole. I don't need a reason.
Yeah, but why, though? I mean, what did I do?
You're on parole. What did I just tell you?
What's that right there? Stop. Stop. Put it back down.
Oh, there we go. Looky there. Oh, by the way, you're under arrest. Oh. We got it.
Here he is, on top of the pool. What's that, Philip?
That's what he was reaching for. He's trying to get rid of it.
Oh. What's wrong, Tweety?
Well, I'm getting the wind out of him, man.
Well, then go poke her next time. Huh?
You got any more dope on you? Spread your feet. Spread your feet nice and wide.
Huh?
Wider. Spread your feet.
Philip, how long have I known you?
I don't do that.
Huh? How long have I known you? Years? I've been watching you. You think this is just a brand new thing? Where I just came to your house today and decided to go through your stuff? I don't think so.
Get in the car.
All right. It just amazes me that half your boys are in jail right now for the same stuff.
Happy?
So it just amazes me how your boys are in jail for the same stuff.
This is what we found on your husband. He's on parole. He's doing this with the kids. What's going on? These kids have no future like this. It's all we're asking you is break the routine, okay?
He's on parole. And he jumped He wrapped up looks like a stolen gun here. Ooh, it's a big hole. So we're gonna fingerprint it. He can't be on parole and possess any type of weapons like that, so. With his priors, he'll probably get life. I think this is his third strike.
We hit him up and asked him about this gun.
You got it?
Yeah. We got your gun. Whose is it?
Who is it?
I don't know. You tell me. It's your house. You were in the backyard. Keeps on getting worse, man. This is your third strike.
So basically, if you were drinking, you were driving, but you don't want to get in trouble, so you're making up an imaginary friend named Scooby.
I am trying to catch up with this vehicle. He looks suspicious. He's going in the alleyway of a convenience store that we've been having some robberies. So I'm gonna light him up and see what he's doing. Okay, he's not pulling over. Anybody in the area of D and 6th Street? I got a vehicle try to get away from me. I'm lighting him up. He's not pulling over. If you can assist me.
Fort Charles, Adam Lincoln, to be confirmed. Subject is pinned, hanging out.
I copy the vehicle showing clearance current 90 Acura, Victorville.
That's it. 38, show me 97. It looks like the vehicle.
Yeah, the guy was on foot. You guys got him already, yeah.
All right, fire's out right now, all right?
Hey, come here, partner.
Inside the vehicle?
Come here.
How you guys doing? Is there anybody else inside the vehicle?
You got ID on you?
Yes.
Sit down for me real quick. You don't need to be standing up after getting out of that.
Oh my God.
Is this your brother?
Oh, no.
Friend?
No, I didn't.
17 Robert 38, copy on 1. It's gonna be first of Joshua 0304. What happened?
I was coming down the street and I was walking and I seen them crash and they kind of, I was trying to help him out and his friend took off running.
His friend took off running? Where do you have dirt in your hair?
Because I'm trying to lift him out because he said that the car's lifted out on his.
Why is your hand bleeding?
Because I'm trying to lift him out and there's glass everywhere. And I go and touch my face because I'm trying to lift him out.
Okay. Are you hurt?
I cut my face.
Are you hurt?
I'm kind of hurt. Like.
You sure you weren't inside the car?
No, I'm positive.
Where'd his friend go?
I don't know. He took off running.
Down the street?
Yeah.
His face has got all scratches. He said he just walked up here and started helping him, but you could see by his markings that he was in the car and he got flipped out. The way that he was coming in and out of these streets, it had to be this car. You guys were running from me because you've been drinking?
Nah.
Why were you running from me?
I wasn't.
You weren't. He was. Why?
Because he has a warrant.
He has a warrant?
That's what he said.
Anything hurt?
No, man.
Did you have your seatbelt on?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And he didn't?
No, he didn't.
Okay. And when he saw me light him up, that's why he started hauling butt through the streets? That makes sense.
I ain't trying to lie to you guys because I ain't trying to get in more trouble or nothing, but...
Were you driving?
Huh?
Were you driving?
Yeah, I was, but I wasn't drinking.
Okay.
You said
Is this your car?
Yes, it is, sir.
All right. So that's your friend?
Yeah.
Because he made a stupid decision. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be all right?
I'll be all right.
How come he took off?
2 beers.
He said he was all right to drive and he just wanted to take his friend home.
But you said you were driving.
I didn't say I was driving.
Oh, I thought you did.
Were you driving or was your buddy driving?
I wasn't driving.
You wasn't? He was? Yeah? Okay. He said he was driving. Stand up. Put your hands behind your back. Why did you lie to me? Didn't you just say your boy was driving? Hello.
Yeah.
He's the one pinned under the car. You're driving, and you're still lying?
I'm driving?
Who drove?
Huh?
He just said you drove.
I said my boy was driving.
No, he wasn't driving.
You know how drunk he is?
You need to tell me exactly how this happened. Who was driving for real?
Okay. It was my other friend, but honestly...
Your other friend who?
Huh?
Because I'm going to go talk to him if he tells me you're lying.
They call him Scooby. I don't know his real name. Honestly,
Where's he at?
He lives off... I'll tell you right now. It's,
Why weren't you driving if it's your car?
Because I've been drinking.
Okay. So basically what this is you were drinking, you were driving, but you don't want to get in trouble, so you're making up an imaginary friend named Scooby so you don't get in trouble, right?
It's not even like that.
Keep going, go. Good. Okay. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol.
0.125 over the legal limit, which could be the main reason why he ran. Joshua, so why did you not pull over?
Why you guys telling me I was driving for?
You know you're being arrested for a felon DUI, right?
Yeah, but there's 2 other people driving with me, and you guys don't even look for them.
Stick to that one, because that's like the 3rd story you come up with. You don't gotta keep lying, man.
Subject's fighting at the location.
We're en route to a fight where there are 3 males fighting in front of this house. What's going on? Turn around for me. Let me pat you down. Turn around. What's up? Separate your feet. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Separate your feet. Separate your feet. Separate your feet. What's going on? Relax!
Frank! Frank, don't do it! Hey, watch this foot! I got the foot.
Watch out, watch out!
Dude.
That's a firm, 1 tase.
Take that machine off him now, man. You gotta
relax. You relax.
I am relaxed.
Back up. He almost ran over my partner. Get up. Get up. Watch out for this. These 2 were fighting. Come here. You talk to me. Tell me what happened.
I was inside my house over here.
Okay. Why were you involved?
That's my brother.
That's your brother?
Yes, it is.
So you want to put your hands behind your back?
Relax. We're going to figure out what happened. Tell me what happened.
This guy pulls up behind my son in the truck.
Okay.
And he just started going off and beating on the car.
Okay.
And everything, talking about you in front of my house. In front of my house. And my son say, well, I'm trying to let my mom out.
Okay.
You know,
he was like all up against my brother, like he grabbed him, right?
I sent my son away because they all came from across.
Is your brother the one in the pants?
No, he had left.
No.
Your brother already left?
Yes,
I told him to leave, man.
Because he wouldn't stop.
Because I didn't want
he really wanted to
lots
throw
of
blows.
fighting out here. So that's why
you don't know why he was upset?
According to what my mom and my brother said is because they just pulled up in front of his house, which is right here. He was gonna get ready to bag his car up in front of my car, which is right here.
So we
but
couldn't back
he
up.
pulled his truck like right behind him.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know your mom was in the car.
They started going all off. He was all in the car.
And my son said, "Get off of my car! Get off of my car, man!" So then all of them came, and I just got to screaming and yelling. So I got my cell phone called the officers because I couldn't see the 2 of them trying to wrestle with everybody else.
I was holding one arm of him to keep me back. I don't know if he owns something.
I think he might be. Something's going on.
He's something, and he was persistent
on a regular
trying to
basis, he
fight.
seemed like a cool dude. I've never had no problems with him.
He was persistent.
So did he hit anybody today?
Yes, he did hit my brother.
Hit my son,
but he's gone.
My son clocked him in the nose, and I told my son to leave because I'm not trying to get we didn't come. I'm here to go to the doctors.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to get my babies into no bunch of brawl and beef with their neighbors.
Okay.
But this guy, he wouldn't even let us back up to this house.
Okay.
Who was he fighting with?
He was fighting with a guy that was already gone. He's upset because these guys showed up and they were already parked a little bit too close into his front yard. I guess he lives a little bit close here, and he went over there to raise heck with everybody because you're pulled up too close to my house.
What's your name? You ain't gonna listen to me or what?
No, I'm listening right now. Hey, what's going on, man?
You know, we came back, I probably had a couple more beers to drink than I should have.
Okay.
We came back here, I tried to pull in front of my house, which is right here. If you look directly left, that's my house.
Okay.
And the dude's like backing up, trying to back up into me, and I stop, and he stops. He jumps out, so I jump out. He's like, hey, what the you doing? I said, I'm trying to park in front of my house. You know? He takes a swing, knocks my teeth out. And if you guys pull up right after that, here we are right now.
Okay. Well, what about when I pulled up, man?
You know what, dude? I was already hot. I didn't mean to. I was trying to park in front of my house.
Car, man.
No, I didn't. Dude.
Oh, yeah,
Come on, dude.
You did.
Dude, don't try to go into assault on me. I did not try to do that.
Okay.
I was trying to pull up in front of the curb. Huh?
You know, if you would just got out of the car and been cool in the game, you'd be home right now.
Yeah, I know you, but I didn't try to hit you. You know I didn't. This ain't my first rodeo. You know that.
Okay. Well, right now you're under arrest for felony DUI and assault on a police officer.
71, we saw the subject go in the front door. All units.
Okay, right now we're rolling on scene to a house. A guy's shooting out in his front yard. When the units just pulled up, he ran inside.
Unit, check for an open mic.
Set up in the back.
Sheriff's Department.
Watch the window.
Sheriff's Department, open the door.
Okay, he's going down. Okay, he's going down the wall.
Cowboy hat. Sheriff's Department.
Watch these posts. Watch these posts. He's on the other side of the. He's on the other side of the refrigerator on the wall.
Open the door now, Sheriff's Department.
See a gun? Okay, you got someone coming.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Yes, you.
Open the door all the way and step out.
Step out.
Step out.
What is wrong?
Let me see your hands.
Step out
Let me see your hands.
Tase, taser,
Show your
taser,
hands.
taser.
Let me see your
Get your
hands.
hands up.
Get your hands up.
Good, we're gonna tase you. Go to the ground.
Ow! What happened?
Don't move.
Turn over. Turn over. Push free.
What are you doing?
Map 14 priority traffic.
Stop moving.
We got one tased. We're detaining him right now.
Detaining me for what? Let me get his hand back. What did I do? Okay, hold on.
Stand up. Good.
No.
Stand up.
For what?
Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up for
Sir,
what?
stand up.
For what?
Thank you. Walk outside for me.
For what?
Do you have any weapons on you at all?
Huh?
Do you have any weapons on you at all?
No, I don't have any weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing. I don't know nothing.
We'll tell you what happened in a sec. The cat's in the back room. He's fine. Please sit down. Yes, I saw him run back there.
What's going on here, sir?
What were you shooting?
Nothing.
What were you outside doing before we showed up and you ran inside?
Nothing.
So you just ran inside for no reason when the deputies showed up?
No, there was no gun shooting outside until you guys showed up.
There's a pellet gun? Okay. Were you shooting a pellet gun out front?
No.
You weren't. So
No.
there's a pellet gun outside. Somebody called us and said you're out here shooting a gun, and you're telling me you didn't shoot any gun.
There's nothing going on.
Can you help me get him in the car?
Yeah. Hey, Bonnet, it's a pellet gun.
Okay.
Found it inside the where he ran and hit it. There's no man with a gun. No, just a pellet gun, sir. Scaring the heck out of your neighborhood.
Deputies went inside, and they found this gun. Guess it's a pellet gun, but from a distance, you know, it could be a rifle. So that's why the neighbors called us. Sounds like he was trying to shoot the light out for some reason. I saw him run behind the wall over there like he's hiding something. How many commands do you think we gave him?
At least
Tell him to
6 or
put his
7.
hands up.
Put his hands
Nothing,
up
huh?
under the door.
And
So
for our-
she walked by the window and saw us, and it was like, you know, nobody was concerned that there was police at their door. If I know if it were my house, I'd be concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And for you know, for our safety, fortunately, he had to be tased. So.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have any idea what's going on?
All I know, he's just being stupid because he's been drinking.
Who is he to you?
He's my. I don't know. We've been together for 20-some years. You
Oh,
tell me. I don't know.
okay.
We're not married. We live together.
Okay.
We own the home together.
What happened is he was shooting a gun out here and the neighbors called. I think he has a real gun. So we pulled up and he ran inside as soon as the deputies told him to stop.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to open the door the way we did. So I'm very sorry to scare you. I appreciate your cooperation. I'm sorry that we
No
had to.
problem. I was just
Yeah.
watching my movie.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Take him. You know
Thank
what?
you very much for your
Keep him.
cooperation. David, do you have any idea why you're sitting in the back of this patrol car?
I have no clue.
No clue. Okay. Okay, we got a call of you standing in front of this place with a gun.
A gun?
Yeah. Okay, you told me you were outside earlier shooting a gun, but you weren't outside tonight shooting it?
No, we had a pellet gun.
Okay, you had a pellet gun outside.
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay, I mean,
No, my friend was firing into the ground. It was
okay, but do you think that's a smart thing to do when there's neighbors and everything around and kids playing?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay, do you see that this is a very dangerous situation for me and my partners? We have no idea if that thing shoots bullets or BBs.
I can understand that.
Okay. All right, well, you're going to jail tonight for obstructing peace officer and discharging the pellet gun, okay?
Obstructing a peace officer?
Yeah, we gave you commands and you ignored them.
No, I didn't obstruct no peace officer.
Okay. Okay.
No, I didn't. If you would have asked me, I would have opened the door and I wouldn't have struck nothing.
Okay. Do you know what obstructing means?
No.
Okay. Then how do you know you didn't do it? All right, bud. Have a good night, okay?
Don't move! Get on your face! Relax. You're in a stolen vehicle.
The vehicle's a silver 9600 Accord.
We're on our way. Officers following a rolling stolen vehicle right now.
94, 10A, where are they at?
We're trying to catch up to them.
Pursuit or vehicle pursuit? Vehicle pursuit in the parking lot. He's weaving in and out right now. We're northbound out of the parking lot. Yeah, it's south on Mallardo out of the parking lot, going towards Ramon.
All right, we're chasing this Honda right now.
310, get us there, code. Still right now. Yeah, you're covered.
Get on this rail! Don't move! Get on your face! Put your hands back! Put your hands back! Put your hands back! Any weapons or anything on you? You have any ID on you? All right, relax. Relax. You're in a stolen vehicle.
Man,
just look. What's your name? What's your name? All right, Matthew, just relax. Look, Matthew, just...
I have priors for this stuff, sir.
Lay down on your stomach and just relax. Hey, relax, all right? It's over. It's over. Stand up. Matthew, relax. It's all over, okay? It's no big deal. You have any weapons on you?
Sir. Nah.
All right, Matthew.
There's no way you could call my mom.
What is that?
Oh, it's like a shank. That's what the food gave me too. We're good, thanks.
So you got this shank.
It's like a resin scraper.
Are you on parole?
Probation, sir.
For the same thing?
For the same thing.
Okay, Matthew. Hold on, I'm gonna lock your cuffs up.
Because I already know, like, it's stolen, sir. And then I have priors, man. So I'm messed up.
All right, Matthew. Let's go ahead and have a seat. We'll take care of it and just relax, all right? She knew the car was stolen, but she didn't have anything to do with it?
Well, she didn't know, like, it was stolen. Like, she knew the person let me use it. But I can't,
Okay, but you can't tell me who gave it to you.
Yeah, you know how it is, man.
All right, brother. He said he knew it was stolen. He can't tell me who gave him the car. He's on probation for 10-851 already. It says his name is Matthew. I'm not getting his ID anywhere. He's got a couple more wallets. Mel. I don't know who that is. Hey, what's the name of the girl you got? I got a bunch of different IDs here. But none of them belong to the suspect. So you live in Cathedral City?
I was just using my car to go buy me a CD with my money. And then, I don't know, I was panicked. I was controlled because I already knew it.
The suspect had this in his right front pocket. I asked him what it was. He said it was a shank. It actually fits right into an ignition or maybe a lock on a door. That's a homemade burglary tool for getting into locks. So I'd also charge them with 466 of the Penal Code, possession of a burglary tool. The ignition in this car is completely punched out right there, and there's the screwdriver. So he probably started with the burglary tool, maybe switched to the screwdriver, completely pried out the ignition, and is able to stick the screwdriver in there and turn the ignition. That's how they get the car started. He's going to jail for possession of a stolen vehicle. I love it when they don't get away.
Looks like they just did a burglary. Station keys rolled it.
Don't move! Don't move!
We're gonna check this industrial area out, this business area where we seem to have a lot of problems, and see if there's anybody wandering around. This guy's taking off from us. I've been trying to catch up to a vehicle northbound Indian, just blew a red light. Looks like he's probably trying to run from it. 209 blowing the stop sign and eastbound. No, continuing north. Continuing north. He almost TC'd at Dillon and Indian, continuing northbound.
Copy, blue, stop sign northbound, Dillon, Indian. We're going to special 459 vehicle here. Quickly, please.
It looks like they just did a burglary at one of the businesses. And so they're burglary suspects, and we must have just interrupted them. And we're still continuing. Well, he's slowing down. Looks like he's going to be going eastbound on Pearson. See if they can set up some spike strips there.
Eastbound Pearson. 350, I'm going to try to catch up to you over there.
Approaching Little Morongo, 85 miles an hour.
Approaching Little Morongo. Copy.
He just blacked out, and now continuing eastbound. And he's looks like he's going to lose control. No, continuing east, still maintaining.
Copy, vehicle blacked out.
Yep, his lights are back on, and he's gonna, he rolled it. Station, he's rolled it.
Vehicle rolled.
One at gunpoint.
One at gunpoint.
Don't move! Don't move!
Don't move.
Hey, as far as I know, there's only one guy, okay? Yeah.
We got another unit coming.
Yeah. He just rolled it and flipped it here. 29, I've got DHS units with me now, felony stuff.
Excellent.
I'm going to just cover this car up here. Is he the only one with him? Okay, go for it.
Car's clear. Spread your feet.
Copy, 1034.
Affirmative. Yeah, if we could, because he just rolled it, man.
Code 4, Little Morongo, Pearson.
He flipped the heck out of that car, man. Whap, all over the place.
209.
Go ahead.
So we have a,
What's up, man? Just happened to roll up on you, Bergen, that stuff, huh?
At this time, 459 vehicle, 340 West San Rafael.
They
Final
told me it
stop
was their
is Little
car,
Morongo.
and as soon as I saw your light,
Yeah.
I knew it was stolen.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't stop, sir. Yeah.
You knew this was stolen?
When you turn on the lights, yeah.
We got medical coming. You hurt anywhere?
No, I just, my leg hurts.
Okay, well, we'll check on you here in just a minute, all right?
Yeah, man.
He hit this dirt over here, right through the dips, and that's when I saw him losing control. I'm surprised he made it this far. Let me talk to him for a minute. Okay, thanks. You just took me out of speeds at 100 miles an hour, man. You just about flipped it. You didn't really care, did you? You under the influence of meth?
Hey, sir, for real,
Yeah, what's up?
I got some weed and some pills, and this is the first time I kicked it with some girls out here.
Yeah?
I'll show you back around.
And, I don't know, I just got...
Did you really think you were going to get away?
Huh?
You really think you were going to get away?
I was just trying to get home so my sister could come out. Just so I could tell her what happened, right?
You a gang member from LA?
Yeah.
We got medical coming right now, okay? You're lucky you're alive after that, man.
Oh, man, I know. Man, but seriously, officer, I didn't know it was gonna get to that point, but
What were you doing in that back alleyway? So there's a car back there that got burgled.
I didn't burglarize.
Okay, what were you doing in that alleyway?
Picking up that car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we just happened to be there.
Yeah.
You hopped in right at the time when we were back there?
Hey, as soon as I hopped in, bam, you turned on the lights, and that's when I said, oh, man. So I said, man.
Didn't even see me sitting there. We just happened to be lucky.
Yeah, man, I was just stupid. I know I can't say sorry because, hey, you know, I did it, and I know it's right and wrong, for real. I was just...
Get on the ground right now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! 6, come on! Hey, get on the ground! Get on the ground! Show me your hands! Hey! Hands! Come on! Go, go, go!
A California woman is now behind bars after allegedly pointing a pellet gun at multiple people, including police officers. All this ahead of an officer-involved shooting.
Show me your hands! Hey! Hands! Come on! Go, go, go!
The Sacramento Police Department released a series of body and dash camera videos and 911 recordings following the shooting. At about 12:15 p.m. on May 20th, dispatch received a 911 call for someone with a gun in Midtown Sacramento. The suspect was later identified as 43-year-old Lynn Saturn.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Hello? Hello, Sacramento Police, what's the address?
1111 24th Street. There's a guy walking around. I can't tell if it's a play gun or a real gun, but it looks like a gun. And he's like, I got a gun, I got a gun.
Okay. Is he waving it at anybody or?
Yeah, he pointed it at the guys at the beer garden. He's pointing it at people as he's walking by. He's walking south on 24th towards L Street, and he's in a yellow top, and he's probably 5 feet tall. He has a gun.
Okay, ma'am, what's his sister do? What race is he?
He might be Asian, I can't tell. He's
How old is
a
he?
little bit dark.
Okay.
He looks like he might be in his 20s.
How tall?
About 5 feet.
Big, medium, or heavy?
It looks like he's small build.
Okay, what color clothing does he have on?
He has a tan overcoat on, jeans, a yellow, bicycling cap, and I think he has an orange shirt on.
Okay.
He's walking on the east side of 24th, and he's walking south.
Okay.
He's walking towards 24th now.
About 20 minutes later, another 911 call came in. The caller reported a similar situation nearby.
911. Hi, there's a woman waving a gun around. She's spouting gibberish. This is on 28th and N. She's walking past a place called Relentless Tattoo. She's not hurting anybody quite yet, but I don't think this is good. And you sure it's a real gun? Sure as I can tell, but she was waving it around either way. She's at the intersection, right? Yes, she's now walking past it. She should be on 28th and O now. She went into a store on 28th and that doesn't look good. Oh, okay, on 28th and O? If I remember correctly, yeah, 28th and O. So southbound 28th toward O. So which store did she go into? Yeah, no, she's, someone else is freaking out. Okay, which store did she go into? It's unmarked from the outside. It is right behind Season Day Spa and Relentless Tattoo. Behind Season Day Spa and Relentless Tattoo? Yes. Woman is wearing a yellow cap with a large Hold on. Let me get there. Okay, what race is she? Couldn't tell, but I'm guessing vaguely Hispanic. How old does she look? Couldn't tell from here. How tall? Short, I'd say somewhere around 5'4", maybe shorter than that. She's thin, medium, or heavy build? Thin. She looks homeless. Okay, and what was she wearing? She was wearing a yellow cap and a beige overcoat, kind of looks like a trench coat. What color pants? What was that last one? What color pants or shorts did you? Couldn't see the pants. What kind of gun did it look like? What was it? Like a pistol? Yeah, handgun. What color? Black? No. Kind of silver chrome. Looked like a 1911 or whatever model.
A third caller reported the same thing.
Yes, I'm over here on the corner of 28th and N at East, and there's a homeless person, or what I believe to be a homeless person, waving a pistol. They just walked by, pointed at all the patrons at the bar, and then went around the corner.
What color was it?
It was a silver.
And where did you go?
They went around the corner. They went down 28th.
North or south on 28th?
They went, what direction?
Towards O or?
They went down towards, is that O down that way? Oh, yeah, towards O.
Okay.
Over the next 4 minutes, Sacramento dispatch received 4 more 911 calls reporting the same suspect. One caller said the woman stole money from a coffee shop.
Hello?
Hi, this is Sacramento Police. Someone dialed 911.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, what's going on?
A homeless lady came in with a gun and stole our tips, and she was waving it around. She didn't shoot it or anything, but
Right. Well, what address are you at?
28th and O Street. O as in.
Right. Is there like a business that you're in?
Yeah, Masked Coffee.
So you don't work there?
I do work here.
Okay. So she came in, waved it around, and stole items.
Yeah, she stole the cash in our tip jar.
After this, officers approached the area where the suspect was last seen. Dash camera video shows officers speaking with witnesses who explain what direction Saturn headed off in.
Here's over to the other call. Update on the night show weapons on 28th and O. Female 25 before thick belt, yellow baseball cap, beige trench coat. That appeared to be a silver handgun.
Seconds later, officers get eyes on Saturn, who quickly runs off.
Hey, get on the ground right now!
Multiple officers follow in their squad cars. Eventually, one hops out of his vehicle and chases Saturn.
Bravo 35, could you switch us to the new call, please, and we'll come back to this one.
Body camera footage gives us a better look of the officer who ran after Saturn.
Get on the ground right now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! 6, come on! Hey, get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The officer calls for Saturn to drop the weapon. Instead, she points it at officers and takes a step toward them. It's then that 2 officers open fire.
Show me your hands! Hey! Hands! Come on! Go! Get on the ground! Drop it now! Drop!
Body camera video from a second officer shows the moments before the shooting from another angle.
Hey, get on the ground! You're gonna get bit!
Several witnesses were in a nearby vehicle at the time of the shooting. Body camera video shows officers giving them instructions.
Man, get out of the car. Stay there. Get out of the car. Put the car in park, you guys. Get out of the car. Hey! Go secure my car. Go! Ma'am, come this way. Man in the blue shirt, come out of the driver's door. Come around our car.
Officers then instruct the suspect to move the weapon, saying medical aid will not be provided before that.
Do not reach for that gun! If you reach for that gun, you're gonna get shot again! I need to stay right here so I can see if he reaches or she reaches for that gun.
We're gonna come. Hey guys, hold on. Stay there. Ma'am, get back
over there!
Get back over here. We're gonna make our approach from this side, all right?
No, we can't. We cannot approach. The gun is literally right next to them. We cannot approach. Hey, if you are able to slide the gun away, slide it away. We are not going to come and provide medical aid until you're away from that firearm. Either scoot yourself away.
Slide the gun away.
Slid it away.
All right, get a shield on the contact team up there. I'm gonna come around. Ready? Hold her.
Hold her. Come to me.
Does that have a medical aid dog?
All right. We'll worry about medical aid once they're in custody. Hold on. Who's gonna be? I'm gonna get the gun away. All right. Who's taking hands?
I got hands.
All right. Go ahead and get your gloves on. Hold on.
Glove up. Gloves ready.
Suspect, listen to me. If you move at all, or you make any move for that gun, we are going to shoot you again.
Body camera video shows the same moments from another angle.
Who has a shield? Glove up. All right.
We're worrying about medical aid once.
Ready? Move up.
Hold on. Who's going to be? I'm going to get the gun away. All right. Who's taking hands? Hold on.
Glove up.
Suspect, listen to me.
Canine
If
6,
you move
push
at all,
the gun
if you
away.
make any move for that
And we
gun,
are
we're
looking
going
up
to
to
shoot you
contact right
again.
now at a couple shields.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready? Let's go. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Drop the gun. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Go ahead.
All right, Canine 6, we have her detained. The firearm is secured. We need to start getting tape up around this intersection. We're going to be providing medical aid in a second. Roll fire, code 3. Okay, medical kit, medical kit.
Okay, we got we'll get a medical kit.
And Canine 6, we're Q and 28. We're going to need to start throwing tape up around this whole